There's more girls here than anywhere in the world, and we play rock and roll. All we do now, we don't like add in. Some clubs will play a little bit of rock and roll. We play only rock and roll. I like the girls that come here.
All right, we're on Disco Acid Cold TV.
Let's go. Dude, 3 days in a row of streams. Let's go.
Yeah, shit, I'm gonna be on like every night this week. I need to kind of pissed now because I need to make a new. Just because me and Casper talked about, I need to make like new backgrounds and intros and shit already.
Yeah, dude, facts. You have a lot of co-hosts now. You should also change your outro.
Yeah.
Unless you want Dirty White Boy back on, which I respect that. It would be great to have him back on, but
No, I need to change the outro. I need to make a new one. I don't know. I'm out of songs actually that I can use. The only other songs I have like in my stash really wouldn't work for intro or outro songs.
Damien Disco, what's good?
Fuck, what am I gonna call you, Damon or Disco? I can't call you Disco. Well, I guess yeah, I could. I'll just call you Disco.
There you go, Disco.
Yeah.
What's it called? You should start cycling through the old ones. Like, I really like the song that played for the Manson intro. You could use that for the outro.
Yeah, I'll use that for the outro.
It's fun.
I'm gonna make it like a thing. I'll always have the Dirty White Boy tag in there, just to have it in there. I still want to do like
Like the WWE alumni section.
yeah. Well, I want to do like where the credits scroll up and just maybe have like well, actually, now that I say that, I was gonna say have everyone that's ever been on the stream, but I actually don't want to do that at all. And because of that, like not everyone has like like Annie doesn't have a handle that she wants to tag.
I
Or
don't know. You used to put Protomax for me, but don't tag me, obviously. What was I gonna
yeah,
say? You have to erase one co-host from history like Chris Benoit.
yeah, pretty much.
Fucking delete all the recaps too.
But yeah, so for yeah, Disco, you've been christened, just the Disco. I always got to find the short versions of people's names when they get on here. But so yeah, I need to make an outro. I'll keep Dirty White Boy's name in it. I want to have his name in just like all of them, just because it'll be funny. And then yeah,
Oh,
I got to
yeah.
make one for I think really I just need to make a new kind of thing for the Casper show because Casper wants to like name it what we do.
Yeah, well, and he streams on his channel too, so when the outro rolls, it's important for his shit to be on there.
Yeah, so I'll have to make a new background
What
for
are your
just
any ideas on what you guys are gonna call it?
no, not at all. I have a little list of ideas that I've been meaning to text him, but it's right now there's only like a couple names on the list, so I want to think of some more before I text him with a list.
Yeah, right on.
But yeah, no, yeah, fucking A. I might take the outro that I was gonna use for the Friday night streams, at least the song, and make that the new intro for the Casper stream. Because realistically, making a new intro for the Friday stream wouldn't make sense because then it would just be like Tuesday and then Wednesday and then like, Dixon Cider is cool, but I don't need to make a whole thing just for him as of right now.
Yeah.
What is the standard YouTube outro music? I didn't know there was. I know there's like generic YouTube music you can use.
Nice profile picture, Disco. That's Fallout, right?
It's actually surprising how many big channels use like the YouTube music that you don't even notice.
Oh, facts, dude. I'm jealous of those channels. They can just fucking chill out content, and it does hella well because they have such a big fan base.
Hey, what's up, Annie?
What's up, Annie?
Annie, what do you got? You have to put something interesting in chat.
I feel like Annie always has some crazy shit in her daily life because she lives in LA.
That's why I think Annie and Casper would work well, because like Annie would tell Casper, Annie, where's Fizz? I don't know. Fizz will probably show up. Because Annie would tell Casper, like, yeah, like, there's a homeless guy or like a guy that lives next door to me that fucks homeless chicks in his front lawn. And like Casper will have a great time with shit like
Yeah, he'll
that.
say like, "Oh, that's my friend" or some shit.
Yeah, it'll be like a friend of his or something.
Hell yeah, Fallout is goated.
See, you call for Fizz, Fizz arrives.
There he is.
I've never played Fallout.
I never played. My neighbor played it as a kid, and I always thought it looked cool.
You know, the only thing I ever played was, you know, the app with like the vault. Have you ever seen that app?
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah,
Where you like manage all the different rooms in the underground vault? Yeah.
yeah, dude. I feel like phone games have really fallen the fuck off. Like, does anyone play games on their phone anymore?
No. And you
Everyone
know
just
what
goes on
sucks?
TikTok. No.
You know what I still have on my phone? There was a great game app on my phone called Zenonia.
Oh, I remember those. It was the little RPG, right?
It's basically like a perfect kind of like generic RPG, like level up, stats,
Yeah,
armor. There is one game called Enosia that I like a little better because it's just like that, except you get a party. And I always liked single player party games where you get like 4 or 5 NPCs that fight alongside with you.
that's cool. Yeah,
They just kind of follow you around. You control their stats too, and then they just, you can set them to you can set their personality, like, do they attack your target or do they go after other.
nice. It's always nice when you have that option, dude. Speaking of RPGs, you know what I learned recently? I did not know existed. There's a Final Fantasy 12 like spin-off like side game on the Nintendo DS. I had no idea.
I didn't know there were any 12 spin-offs.
Me neither. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, "What the fuck? This game exists?" I had no idea.
Yeah, I thought 12 wasn't popular enough to make a spin-off, which sucks because 12 is one of the best and most underrated, but I think they just had a lack of like main character aura. Like there's no Cloud Strife in it.
That's facts. Yeah, no Leon, no Titus, or Titus,
Yeah, Andy
whatever.
just in a video that Grimes seems to think that she invented butter toast.
Isn't Grimes the chick that was with Elon Musk or something?
Yeah. Which is
New
funny that
Vegas
people
is
that kind of
dirty.
memory hold that like everyone used to love Elon Musk back in the day. To the fact
Yeah,
that
he
he
was
even
the tech guy.
Yeah, to the fact that he even had like a celebrity pop star girlfriend.
No, facts. Yeah, he really fell the fuck off. I think it stems from him not really being like he didn't really invent anything. Like it's all just other people's ideas, and he's the face of the brand.
Or is that Merst or Merked? Are you saying she killed him?
Yeah, they murked. Yeah, stole his truck. Jeez.
Some chicks are badass like that. It's funny that dudes in Missouri are still picking up chicks on the side of the road, though.
Yeah, that is crazy. I feel like that's some shit that doesn't happen here. Or at least I would not do that shit.
Disco, do I know you? I feel like I know you.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
say.
hold on.
Hold on. The only Grimes I know is Rick Grimes from Walking Dead. I never played. I never seen or played Walking Dead. I it was a game first, right?
Okay, Disco, I totally know you. I don't want to. I don't want to say your name just because I don't. Yeah, but
Right
your
on, right
your
on.
use of devil horn emojis and obviously Disco being the last. Okay, yeah, I got you figured out. I got you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yes, basically.
shout out.
Um,
Oh, dude, Sopranos is goaded. I need to pick back up on it. I stopped watching it.
Disco, I actually need to still have you on. This is someone else I talked to about bringing on.
Oh,
Just
right
'cause
on.
me and Disco come from the same music scene is like the most I'll say for now.
Right on, right on.
I've never watched The Sopranos actually.
Dude, Sopranos is awesome. There's a great episode where Tony Soprano shakes down this Jewish guy, and the Jewish guy's, "Oh, the Talmud says," and Tony's like, "I don't give a fuck what he says," and he's like pushing him against the wall. It was
All I
hella
remember
fucking
about The
funny.
Sopranos is that when I used to go to Miles and Marshall's house, their dad used to watch it, and he would make us leave the room because there was cussing. But then he would turn it up so loud that you'd be like in the basement and you just hear the TV, you motherfucker, like on the TV. It's just super. We're like,
dude,
dude, we can hear it.
dude, Italian people are fucking hilarious.
Mark was a big fan of The Sopranos. That's like, I think that's like one of his favorite shows.
Nice.
Um, all right. While chat is still going, chat don't stop going. The first thing I was going to bring up just to you specifically,
Oh
I
yeah.
never knew that apparently people say that Cody Rhodes used to have a burner account on Twitter where he was like openly pro Trump.
Oh, dude, hell yeah, I believe it.
Hyrule Husky. And like people
Oh,
say
this
like
is
this is
totally him. This is absolutely him.
yeah, people say this is like known to be him. He says, this is from 2016, so Trump's first era. Is it so strange for me to want to order a coffee coherently on both sides in the English language in the US? Starbucks is big on hiring folks who don't speak a lick of English.
That's awesome. Oh, dude,
They
watching Rick Rude matches, bro. Come on.
Yeah, sitting with a Trump hat on, studying Rick Rude matches while sipping coffee with a double cup.
What was he, 30 at the time this was posted?
It says 30 going on 47.
I think
Uh,
he's like 41 right now, no? 40, 41. So the timing does add up because that's 2015.
um, this one says the past 10 years have been quite the trek, but as of earlier today, I have asked for my release from WWE. I'll speak further on the matter shortly. Thank you to all the pro wrestlers. So is this actually a burner account, or was he just like a lesser known wrestler? Oh wait, no, this is him reposting Stardust.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's absolutely him. Well, and he's a well-known Zelda fan,
And he has the
and he
husky.
has the husky, dude. It's absolutely him.
God, so Cody Rhodes is wearing MAGA hats watching Rick Rude matches. That's awesome.
Dude, of course he's a Trump guy. I'm not surprised at all. He might not be anymore, to be totally fair. A lot of people that were Trumpers in 2016 don't fuck with him anymore, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, he's kind of bummed out a lot of his fan
Dude,
base.
like you always say, dude, he had hella aura back then. Like if I could have voted at the time, I would have voted for him.
In 2016, I wasn't really into politics at all, so I kind of just like was like a generic like I know who Hillary Clinton is, so I mean, sure, I guess hopefully she wins. And then when I started getting into it, I'm like, oh, she's like actually the devil.
Yeah, no effects. I remember even I was in high school at the time, and I was like slightly into politics just because like I was in a class that talked about all the time, like like a social scientist type class. And dude, what actually pushed me to be like, oh, this guy's really not that bad is like people would speak about him like he was the devil, and then I'd watch his press conferences and shit. I'm like, oh, he just wants to say Merry Christmas in America. I'm like, this guy doesn't seem that bad to me.
Yeah, people talk about him like he's yeah, like he's Satan, and you're like, hey, he's actually kind of funny. Like he's
Yeah, no, yeah, he had aura back then. He was also hella funny, especially back then when he was more coherent. I think he's too old now.
Yeah, he definitely has aged pretty badly. Back in 2016, if you watch like the debates, the original debates with him and Hillary, it's like a
Oh,
whole
dude,
different person.
he was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Um, the Bad Bunny Super Bowl, all I have to say is the funniest part is the EBT accepted here sign.
Oh, that's wild. That's crazy.
They did there's a whole stage. Well, there was like a Puerto Rican bodega on the set, and they had a sign that says EBT welcome here. So I can't remember who I was listening to, but somebody was like, you got to think about that. Like they're thinking like, how do we capture Puerto Rican culture all on this one Super Bowl stage? The fucking EBT accepted here sign.
Dude, nah, it's terrible. I'm just glad he didn't end up wearing a dress. But I was telling people, I'm like, dude, because they're like, oh, like it's Latino representation. I'm like, nah, this is bad representation though. This is this is bad. I did not like it.
I would be embarrassed if I was some kind of Puerto Rican or whatever, and they represented me by hanging up an EBT accepted here
Yeah,
sign.
EBT accepted here, and then you got like dudes grinding on each other and shit during the performance. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? There are kids watching this. It's crazy.
Somebody else that translated his lyrics, because they were all in Spanish, and they
Yeah,
were like straight up talking about like dick and ass and shit.
that's ridiculous, bro.
And I'm like, oh, that's how they get around the censorship. They can just say it in Spanish, and then he can literally sing about dick and ass at the Super Bowl.
Finish, shut up, man. Who gives a fuck? That's not the point.
The
He
hot
says,
food thing.
yeah, oh no, it can't be used for hot foods, bro.
I think it should pretty much just be used for like you can buy broccoli with it, and that's it. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be. It should be like the B should stand for broccoli. All you can buy is broccoli.
No, I am in favor. That's always like a hot topic. I feel like people is like, oh, you should be able to buy junk food on EBT. I don't think so. I think you should be used to buy like meat, vegetables, water, maybe like coffee, just things that are like inherently good for you. I think it's fine. But dude, I went grocery shopping today and I saw some people paying with EBT, cart full of fucking jumbo sized Cheeto bags, fucking full
Yeah.
of sugar sodas. I'm just like, and they were fat as fuck too. I was like, come on, man. Like, why are you doing this to yourselves? Use the money for good food and you can lose weight.
Libs saying they were proud that America doesn't have an official language, and since Spanish is so widely spoken, everyone here should speak it. No, English is like the fucking like as close to an official language as you can get.
Yeah, I hate that argument when they're like, "Oh, it's not official legally."
What's funny to
A
me
lot of
is
shit is also not. Who cares? Hey,
what's
Triple
up,
E,
Triple E?
what's good,
Hope you're
bro?
well too. What's
Oh yeah,
funny to me is how left wingers are like they love to be like the deep philosophical thinkers that find the meaning in things when it's convenient for them.
Yeah.
So, for example, they're the ones that saw that Sydney Sweeney commercial and were like, "Oh, we were able to read between the lines and see that it was a Nazi commercial."
Yeah.
But then when, like, Bad Bunny does the Super Bowl in Spanish, they act like, "Well, what's the big deal? It's just Bad Bunny it's just a Super Bowl halftime show in Spanish," and it's like, okay, I personally don't give a shit about the Super Bowl, but, like, I understand why, like, an American person would be mad. Like, you're taking the biggest American annual sporting event of, like, ever, of all time, and just basically telling people that don't speak Spanish, like, "Oh, hey, fuck you, by the way."
Yeah, one, people need to realize that I know we are like the number one global superpower and all that, but at the end of the day, it's not inherently an international event. It's supposed to be an American event that international people happen to watch. It's supposed to showcase like this is what we're like when Michael Jackson did it. Michael Jackson was the GOAT American star, and he put it on, and the rest of the world watched. That's like this is our shit, you know?
I mean, literally, football everywhere else is soccer. Like,
Exactly.
only
Like,
here is football, football.
yeah, it's my same problem with like America or not America, WrestleMania being in Saudi. Like it's supposed to
Yeah.
be an American thing that the Saudis can watch, but it's supposed to be our thing. Like dude, it'd be like if the Super Bowl were in another country, it'd be ridiculous.
But then on top of all this, the worst way to possibly fight this is to have Kid Rock performing at cheerleading.
Oh, dude, did you see the other guy perform?
The country guy that literally sang about drinking beer and driving trucks.
He was like, I just want to drink my beer, drive my
Yeah.
truck. I was like, dude, this is why people clown on country music. It's like, can you pull up the clip, bro?
I actually have a reel.
It's so fucking funny. Ooh, that shit's funny.
I
No, I
might
see
not
what
have the clip of that exact.
I see why people who have never listened to like Brooks and Dunn always like clown on country music because that's the kind of shit they hear and they're like, this is retarded.
Hold on, I know the guy who posted it though, so let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I found it. I hope I don't get copyrighted, but it was live.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, it should be good. This guy actually posted two clips about that Super Bowl show, so I will play both of those.
Oh yeah, play both.
Actually, hold on, let me make sure there's nothing on the screen. I will say he disses Matt Walsh in one of these clips, and
That's cool. I hate Matt Walsh.
I don't love Matt Walsh, but I think Matt Walsh is funny. Like, I think he's naturally funny. He's good at the straight face thing.
Mm.
So I understand people that don't like him, but I will always give him chops on at least just being funny. Like, if you watch his
True.
documentaries.
Yeah.
Right, it's not this one. Let me turn the volume and roll over.
We're actually the open-minded.
Catch my fish, drive my truck, drink my beer, not wake up to all this stuff.
It's the gayest shit I've ever heard in my life. Cultural conservatism is an abomination. It is like I think older ideas are better. That's why I'm a conservative. But identifying like with your personality as a Republican, I just want to drink my beer, is as unmoored and fucking retarded as being trans. Like, probably more, to be honest. Because they're, like, confused by nature. Like, you're just a fag by, like, intention. It's just constant whining, like, dialectical oppositionalism. And then, like, blathering about hypocrisy while doing absolutely fucking nothing. And then culturally, it produces the most whiny, obnoxious, self-important, pathetic, like, corporate slop you could fucking... Ew! I'd rather listen to the most jungly, niggy music imaginable than that stupid fucking fake white people on purpose stuff. Like, white people can make good music, but not when they're trying to be white on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, there's one more.
Yeah.
The term for this is straight fagging. It's making conservatism your gender identity, so you can walk around society and be a perpetually offended, obnoxious, unfun, moralizing loser without actually solving or doing anything. You guys are being hypocritical. We wouldn't do that to you. We wouldn't do that. Oh, you guys are the real racists. The left are the real racists. Say nigga right now. We're actually the open-minded ones. We're very open-minded. It's the left that's really close. Oh, wow, I hate both of you now. Oh, my goodness, I don't care about what either of you. I'm the current political moment. I define myself in opposition to it. Really interesting. I want to break a pool cue in half and make both of you fight with it on the floor like the Joker. Two halves of the same retarded cultural coin. Oh, my goodness. Oh, I don't like degeneracy, yet I listen to the most soulless, corporate, obviously fake and gay concert of all time. That's my culture. That shit sucked. I've seen more soul in a fucking PowerPoint presentation, and I don't want to listen to Kid Rock tell me about his feelings in Jesus. We already have church for that. The term for...
Yeah, I agree. If you like Kid Rock, I assume that you're not a serious person.
I think in the first one, what he mentioned, and it always has been my thing with like Republicans and conservatives, is that they
Yeah.
just don't do anything.
Yeah, it's true. It's like I just want to catch my fish. Dude, who the fuck says you can't go fishing? Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah, well, they don't do anything, and then they do like the moral grandstand of like, oh no, we can't put our opponents. Like, okay, so like I always say, as like the third party, like on the outside looking in,
Yeah.
they're the ones that are like, well, we can't rig elections, we can't put our opponents in prison. It's like, bro, they're literally doing that to you. Like, sack up, quit being a pussy. Like, like put people in prison. Like, why is Fauci not in fucking prison? Like, you guys have
Yeah.
done all this talking. I mean, Trump, as much as he was funny in the first debate, literally did the oh because you'd be in prison. Then
Yeah, facts too.
as soon as he's in office and they're like, "So what about Hillary's charges?" And he's like, "Oh, no, I was just talking."
Well, it's because they're all dogs behind the scenes. I mean, they're all in the Epstein file. So, if she goes to jail, he's got to go to jail and all that shit. But yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, they don't do anything and they just like when he said it's very whiny. I totally agree, bro. Like it just like I just want to do this, but I can't do that. And then, just complain about it and do nothing and then complain about how you can't do what you want to do. It's like, yeah, you can. What are you talking about? And I think that conservatives have a problem of like trying to one up, but they can't one up because they have no good artists on their side. But two, like the one ups are so stupid. Like, oh, the halftime show is gay, so we're gonna make our own gay halftime show. Like, what the fuck does that do for anyone?
Yeah, no,
It's fucking stupid.
they're terrible at the art thing. There is actually another, there's a chick that I really like from a YouTube channel, and she gave, I think, like, the best, like, all politics aside, opinion about, here, I'll pull this one up, about her take on their halftime shows. So, yeah, this is basically, like, the non-political opinion about it, and I think it just makes the most sense. Let
Mhm.
me scroll over to it.
USA halftime show further proves that conservatives can't art. I hate to say it, but this whole show was indistinguishable from what you would find in your local megachurch. Smoke machines and lasers and extremely ham-fisted messaging. It's a shame that they missed the mark because a real alternative to the Bad Bunny performance had a lot of potential. But when you conceive of something that's purely reactionary, just a middle finger to the mainstream, it can never stand on its own 2 feet. This reminded me of the so-called conservative dad ultra-right beer calendar. This turned into a whole debacle a couple of years back for offending against traditional values. But the worst thing about this calendar was the lack of effort. Everything about it was the opposite of sex appeal. The absence of artistic direction left every image feeling incomplete and almost creepy, and every photo was washed in the same fluorescent lighting as a hospital. Clearly, conservatives didn't learn
funny.
any lessons from this. How can you win the culture back and revive great art if you can't even get a tacky beer calendar right? The Turning Point USA halftime show further proves
She's totally right. I completely agree with her.
Yeah, they don't make art. They make like reactionary stuff too. Like that's why they'll never actually take over in like Hollywood or take over in like art or whatever. Because all they do is just like react to what Hollywood does. I mean, like
Exactly.
Daily Wire doing that Snow White movie that they're not making now because Brett Cooper's not with them. It's like,
No,
why
it's
don't you guys just
crazy.
make your own movie? Like,
It's
why are you?
literally just that's why I was gonna say like, it's literally just a reaction, like the chick said, like it's just a reaction to theirs, like, oh, they do this, so we'll do this. Like, why not do your own thing and then they can react to your shit? I don't get
Yeah,
why. But they just have no foresight. I don't know who leads like these conservative organizations, but they must be fucking retarded.
yeah. I think they just don't. It's always been the problem. Like, even like with Christian rock back in like the early 2000s, like Audio Adrenaline and
Mm,
Switchfoot was, like, the one band that managed to pull it off. They can't lead like, it's like, "Bro, you're supposed to do, like, music first and then the Christian part second," and then
exactly. It has to be good.
yeah, but now and so now that's a problem with both sides now. Both sides have the same problem. Like, Hollywood movies, it's like, like the Barbie movie. It's like, "Bro, you're supposed to do, like, Barbie first and then fighting the patriarchy second. You can't switch those," and
I
then now the
totally
right
agree.
is also doing it.
Yeah, it's
One of
like
the things that's funny about
message
the right, though,
first.
is that
Yeah.
they're picking people like Kid Rock. I'm like, "Bro, you guys realize, like, Kid Rock was, like a prime example of, like, debauchery in, the late '90s, early 2000s.
That's what I always find funny. I'm like, why Kid Rock of all people if it's supposed to be? But I think it's because they're going more for that, like the guy was saying, like that more like stupid image, like oh, like this is being white, and it's fucking Kid Rock. It's not really
Yeah.
about like being actually conservative and like being traditional and all that.
I also wish they would just forget the celebrities. Like, you guys don't need to. You could just be the party of no celebrities. Like, you don't need to get these celebrity.
That's what I would do. Just be down to business and appeal to fucking regular adults.
Yeah, because then what happens is they get these celebrity endorsements and they like embrace whatever they can get. And it's like, no, why don't you just just like, cool, Kid Rock likes you. That doesn't mean you like bring him to. You don't bring him to your shows.
Well, and who the fuck likes Kid Rock anymore, bro? Like, why are we hitching on to Kid Rock for everything?
Yeah, Kid
It's
Rock
fucking.
he was never even when I was a kid. Like, no one liked
I was
Kid
gonna say,
Rock.
I remember people calling me like Kid Rock in like second grade, and this is a long time ago at this point. So I'm like, why the fuck would I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But I think if I were the leader of the Republican Party or any conservative organization, just no more of this. Like, stop trying to get Kid Rock to perform for you or that fucking gay ass country guy. Just no games. Just straight up business.
Nicki Minaj would have been better, but they can't because she's also like I mean, she's like a big ass.
Yeah, she's a degenerate at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Ted Nugent, actually, I would have been hyped for Ted Nugent. That
would
would've been
you
awesome.
have watched if it was Ted Nugent?
If it was Ted Nugent, I 100% would have watched it. Yeah,
So
like if he came out and played
can work. It can work.
if he played like Cat Scratch Fever and shit. But I also wouldn't really want. I mean, I know he would say something, but well, no, I'm sure he would just say like, I don't know, fuck yeah, whatever. I don't want to hear. I don't think any of them really gave like political speeches, but
They just played their shitty music.
yeah, Ted Nugent would have actually been cool. I don't know. There's other people that they could get. There's just a lot of people that I think don't want to dive into like culture wars stuff. Like I can't remember the kid's name. The guy that plays Randy in the first two Scream movies. He has a podcast now, and Jamie Kennedy, and he says Hollywood is a lot more red than you would think. They just
Oh yeah, I hear that
don't wanna
take all
lose
the
their
time.
yeah, he's like, they just don't wanna lose their jobs. They know where their money's at. So it's, you know. So there are a lot of people they could have gotten, but they just don't wanna get involved. Ted Nugent would have probably been down, I would imagine, if they asked him. It sucks that Hulk Hogan's gone because if they would have got like
Oh,
Ted
dude,
Nugent and Hulk Hogan to come out and drop a leg or something, that would have been awesome.
that would have been awesome.
But yeah, no, the Kid Rock thing is not. It's like, dude, and the fact that Republicans now have to act like they like Kid Rock. It's like, bro, nobody actually likes Kid Rock. No one ever liked Kid Rock. Except for Pamela Anderson for some reason for that one short time.
Yeah, that was weird. Well, his music just sucks.
Yeah, no, I've never been into his music at all whatsoever. All right, let me pull up these fucking Jew clips now that we're deep into the show.
What's up, Dixon Cider?
D. Snyder, I think he's like a hardcore. Hasn't he said some like anti-Trump shit?
Yeah, I saw the Green Day performed on at the Super Bowl.
God, Green Day irritates me now too. I was never into Twisted Sister, but D. Snyder himself is cool. Green Day I hate because I feel like they lied to me when I was in like 5th grade.
yeah, true. Because they were supposed to be like anti-establishment, but now, yeah, they're just anti-Trump.
Yeah, American Idiot was literally like just anti-government in general. Like it
Yeah.
was Bush was in office at the time, but it was largely like an anti-government. But then now all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're not anti-government, you're just anti anything that's not left wing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Kamala, hell yeah. Dude, Kamala people are the weirdest people of all time. I bet the paycheck is nice, though, so I can't blame them.
Yeah, anybody that has to act like Kamala is like a good or smart person. It's like I feel really terrible for them.
Dude, did you see in the Epstein files? I don't know if this is confirmed or not. Could have been someone fucking trolling, but supposedly there's a file that says Joe Biden was killed in 2019, and the guy that was president was wearing a fucking mask the whole time.
I saw that, and that's been going around. A lot of people think Joe Biden was a guy in a mask. That's been going around for a while. And there's some crazy pictures. You see that one of like the orange tab on his ear?
I've seen one orange tab, and there's one where the mask is like slightly pulled up at the collar of his shirt, and it's a different skin color. And I was like, well, it could just be a tan line, but at the same time, I'm like, with all this shit going on, if it were true, I would not be surprised.
Yeah, I think this is now a bad time. Well, yeah, it's a bad time to say it now because we have 4 viewers and there is 4 likes on the video, so there's no one else possibly to like the video. I'll harass people if anyone else shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if it's this This would be a good time for the Moor to be here to give us the lowdown on.
There's a body double. He's 10 feet tall. It's like that one Dragon Ball episode where they stack on, Goten and Trunks, and they're in the mask.
What was he killed for in 2019 again?
I don't fucking remember, but supposedly he was killed by firing squad, which is crazy.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I've been seeing people post. God, I wish I could I wish I was like big enough, like had my own like established audience of like 100,000 followers to back me up when I post shit like this. But
Yeah.
I saw somebody post, oh, you know who's not in the Epstein list? Muslims and transgender people and immigrants. And I'm like, yeah, because Muslims, trannies, and immigrants don't require the cover of a private island to fuck kids. They'll just do it on the street.
Well,
Like,
also, not to mention, all three of those are brought into the country to serve the people that are in the files.
Yeah.
This is all
And-
their creation.
And on top of all that, it's because they're fucking losers, and they didn't invite losers to the island. Like, that's the way it was. Like, you have to be an influential person, and no Muslim or tranny is actually an influential
Bro,
person.
they didn't even invite Elon. Did you see they turned him down when he wanted to go? They were like, this guy's not cool enough. I was like, that's crazy, bro.
I saw a great reel. It's like, imagine being Elon. Imagine being so lame that you get rejected from the kid fucking party.
Dude, literally the richest guy in the world, and they're like, nah, you can't go.
They couldn't find a better, more. Yeah, no.
Well, maybe they told him go out there and act retarded.
Dude, it could have just been like I've seen arguments that it's like one of those AI robots.
Oh, I hope not. If I do always worry about that though, like if the government is that far along in technology behind the scenes, I'm very scared for the next few years.
It was actually super weird. They did a side by side of one of those AI robots walking, and then Biden him and walking in his posture, and it was like dead on.
I do not like that. Have you heard about the shit they used on the Venezuelan soldiers that like disintegrated them?
No.
Yeah, when they took the Venezuelan oil containers, they used like some weird fucking sound waves that immediately made all of the Venezuelans fucking throw up and diarrhea and bleed all over the place.
Jesus
And
Christ.
supposedly it's like the most terrifying thing of all time. I'm like, dude, thank God they don't do this shit on us, or at least they don't do this shit on us yet. But I was like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, like, dude, I'm scared for the future. I won't lie. That shit sounds terrifying.
Oh, you know what else I found out? Somebody in the Epstein files was one of the Unabomber's victims.
No fucking way.
He was a survivor. He survived the bombing, but people are like, bro, is the Unabomber just like completely vindicated on everything? Now he was going after people that were on the Epstein list.
That's wild. And
Yeah.
shit piss, yeah, that is the case. They started all that shit, and that's why they push it in the media.
Fucking
Oh, dude, if that's the case, that's crazy.
didn't they say they stared the
They
trans?
started the trans hysteria. Like you're saying, they promoted the trans shit. And
Yeah,
it's
Epstein was
confirmed.
talking about bringing it down to like 3-year-olds and shit.
Yeah, which is fucking disgusting.
But coincidentally, trannies on Twitter will not acknowledge that. They'll just keep talking about Trump and how he's in there, and it's like, okay, but you're coincidentally skipping over the parts where Epstein's pushing it.
Well, it's because they don't want to admit that they only do that shit because they see it in the media.
They don't want to admit that they're propaganda victims.
Exactly, they're victims of propaganda, and they're retarded enough to be like, "Oh yeah, maybe I am actually a man, or I am actually a woman." Like, dude, you're fucking retarded. You're crazy. You think
Yeah.
that's the case? You're a retard.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. That's why, like I said, that's why I hate millennials, because millennials grew up knowing what knowing what all this shit is, and then just one day they just started pretending like they don't know.
Dude, it's like homeless people. Like, back in the day, there'd be that one crazy homeless guy in your town. There'd be one of them. One of them. It'd be like, oh yeah, there's Crazy Steve or whatever. There's the homeless guy in town. And now they're everywhere, and we're just like, oh yeah, totally normal. This is how it's supposed to be. Like, what the fuck? Since when is it better to let people live on the street? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It used to be, get these people off the street, and now it's, oh, keep them on the street. It's better for them. What the fuck?
All right, let me switch over to the Jew mode. It does this. I hate how much this reel makes sense.
Let's see it.
Have to do the fire. Why can't a non-Jew do the fire?
So in Jewish law, someone who isn't Jewish is able to make food for you. The Jew has to do the cooking process, which is basically turning the flame on. If the Jew doesn't turn the flame on, you actually can't eat the food. The reason this law was made was because to prevent intermarriage, right? People cook and dine together and cook for each other. There's a certain closeness.
So all they do is push this interracial marriage, this melting pot nonsense, but they won't even eat at the same table with you. They won't even let you make their food because they don't want any type of familiar connection with you. You're a dog, you're cattle, you're a goyim. The way they view it is, the world is a Christian world and they fucking hate it. They want the New World Order, the Juice Box World Order. They want to paint it in their image, and they want us out of the fucking way.
Right, he goes on about that, but I just thought it was funny, the whole point of, like, you can't even have, like, a fucking white chick turn on the stove for them, but then they wanna make commercials of, like, black dudes marrying white chicks all the time.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, obviously, I'm pro interracial marriage. I wouldn't be here without it. But
Yeah.
fucking, it is crazy the extent to where they won't even eat with people. They won't even eat with Christians or white people. Like these Jews are crazy. I saw a crazy one of the things in the Epstein files was, you remember David Stern, the old commissioner of the NBA?
Yeah, he was talking to him a lot.
Yeah, he was talking to Epstein, and Epstein's like, "Oh, wait in the office for me." He's like, "Wait, that's for the goyim. I wouldn't do that." I'm like, "Dude, this is the commissioner of the NBA too." I was like, "Fuck, bro!" Like, they look at us like we're dogs, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the interracial marriage thing to me is just funny because yeah, that's they push that shit. I just saw a video the other day. It was about commercials in England,
Oh,
and this guy basically got a compilation of basically just like if you watch, and like, I know it's like a joke here in America, you see it a lot, but in England, it's pretty much like 95% of commercials. If you watch TV commercials, it's a black dude and a white chick. And then I saw a really funny joke, in Stranger Things, there's that really pale white ginger girl, and she's dating like a really dark black dude. And somebody posted a clip of them on Instagram and said, they love taking the most innocent, pasty looking white chick and just putting her with the darkest motherfucking black dude you can imagine.
no, it's fucking hilarious. Obviously, I think you should be with who you want, but yeah, I totally agree. In the media, they definitely do favor the interracial couple.
I think you should marry whoever you want, but I see no problem if like a white dude wants to marry a
Oh
white
yeah,
chick.
no, I agree. If you're a white dude or a white chick and you only want to marry a white person, go ahead. It should be your choice at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
If you want your kids to look like you, that's totally fine. If you don't want your kids to look like you, I don't give
Yeah,
a shit what you
who
do.
cares? Yeah, you should be able to do what you want. But yeah, in the media, they definitely do favor, one of the two.
Who was the dude? I remember that guy with the rubber boot on his head. Didn't he promise everybody a horse or something too? We've had a couple of funny like guys that run for president that are Chicken Charlie. A couple of guys that run for president that are like kind of running as jokes, but also to like make a point.
Like Kanye. Yeah, it's true. They want to be the only pure race. I mean, it's literally in their book, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, I don't oh yeah, a lot of the MLK stuff that's been coming out lately has been wild, which is funny because most of it's stuff that's been out there. They just don't. No one ever talks about it, but now people are talking
Dude,
about
he's
it.
still worshipped in schools. No further comment on how I know, but all the classrooms are full of MLK shit. MLK, MLK. Like all the kids do art for it and all that. I'm just like, this is the guy we're gonna learn about and promote to these kids. Like they're gonna grow up in like 5 years and Google search them and be like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, no, he's always going to be that guy. He's like him and Rosa Parks, even though the Rosa Parks story is also nonsense.
No, it's all fucking nonsense. The whole narrative is fucking nonsense. Going back like 100 years now. It's crazy.
There's a great Tim Dillon clip where he talks about like just propaganda in general, and he was saying that he's like, so your grandparents, they would watch TV and just believe whatever it says, and they were totally fine with it because they got something out of it. If you watch the TV and you said, "Okay, I believe it," you got a house, you got a
Yeah,
job,
totally.
you got a car. And he's like, but nowadays the kids aren't getting shit. They can't afford a house. They can't afford rent. They have to do Uber. They've got to do like gig economy. And on top of that, the propaganda is getting even worse. Like now they're lying to you even more.
Yeah.
So he's like, this is why the kids today are so fucking mad. And this is why your grandparents are totally fine with just like watching TV news. Cause yeah, they got a house and they got a nice retirement and they got a,
Absolutely. That's what I always tell my friends. Like, dude, you used to be rewarded for playing the game. Like maybe you don't love going to work, but you make enough money to feed your family off of one salary. You get a house, you get a retirement, you get a nice car, you get everything. Dude, now you can have 3 jobs and not have shit, and you give all your money to fucking weird pedophiles fucking illegal immigrants, and you get yelled at by fat chicks on the internet all day. Like, what the fuck is the point, bro? Like, what?
Yeah, the fat chicks is definitely where I draw the line too. Like, I'm fine with the pedophiles and the Somalis, but once fat chicks start yelling at me, I don't know about that.
I don't even know what Diamond Springs is, but yeah, everything is fucking unaffordable. I mean, if you want to be responsible and put 20% down payment on a house, dude, 20% of fucking $500,000 is unsavable in this economy because everything's so fucking expensive. What the fuck are you supposed to do?
Yeah, and who the fuck's making 500K a year anymore? I got way too much saved in Twitter bookmarks now. I need to start deleting some of this shit.
Oh, it's like old shit we've already been over.
Well, I've been starting to save things that I'm not even for the stream, just stuff that I like.
Maybe you have to make a separate account.
Chapel Roan left her talent agency because the CEO was found sending flirtatious emails with Ghislaine Maxwell in the files.
Did you see Ghislaine Maxwell being pressed in court?
I saw a clip of her talking for the first time. I never heard her voice. I think it was on Asmongold, and he was like, "Oh,
Yep.
she sounds like an insufferable bitch." Even
No, absolutely. And she pled the fifth for fucking everything. And dude,
Yeah.
I agree with him. Dude, we've tortured other people for way less. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
why we don't just torture this bitch and get it out of her. Well, I know why they don't, because they can't, but they should.
yeah. They want to protect her or whatever. But
Think about all the random fucks they would torture and waterboard at Guantanamo Bay. And you can't, like, this is like the most high profile case of all time, and you can't do it. Like, come on, bro.
yeah, and I am pro torture. I am pro waterboarding.
Me too. If you have an enemy of the state who's doing bad shit, fuck, torture them. I don't give a fuck. They did bad things. But yeah, she
I
pled the
think
fifth for everything.
we need to do the Sean Connery James Bond, the laser up to the balls on the table. we need to go far like that even.
Fucking shit piss. She's got some hammers on her. Shut the fuck up, bro. Come
Ghislaine Maxwell. Oh yeah, dude. When she was young, she was hot.
on. Dude, she's pure evil. It's crazy.
What I want to know is how does a girl who's that hot get into child trafficking? Like, you could have had anything you wanted, Ghislaine Maxwell. You could have been
I mean,
anybody.
Erica Kirk was in that shit too, and she was hot back in the day. So
She still is hot, just in kind of a different way.
nah, she's not hot anymore, bro. She looks evil. I can't get down with her.
It's funny though. So now Chapel Roan leaves her talent agency, and everyone on Twitter, literally, there are tweets. Oh, she's so brave, and I'm like, what? No, she like basically is like a huge household name now. She would be brave if she left when she was a nobody.
Yeah, she doesn't need them anymore.
Yeah. If she was a nobody and she left, she'd be brave. But now she sucked all the work out of them she needed to become famous. She's going to go to, the next talent agency next door and get, probably get a better contract or whatever.
Yeah, if actually start her own shit and make hella money off of it, like that's not fucking brave. Like, yeah, is it the right thing to do? I would agree. You know, if your leader's fucking with Epstein, then yeah, sure, I'd understand why you want to leave, but it's not like a super brave, courageous thing to do.
I don't even give a fuck about that sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes
If I'm getting paid, yeah, I mean, I don't know, would I leave with a big ass paycheck? I don't know.
I just think, especially in Hollywood, it's like, okay, so you left your talent agency because the CEO was fucking with Epstein, but you don't think like your producer was up to anything where you don't think you're like, there's always bad people doing bad shit in Hollywood. So for you to leave one talent agency,
Yeah,
it's like, okay, what about your manager? What about your touring manager?
well,
What about your
what about her? She's fucking showing, looking hella weird, lesbian shit on TV in front of kids. She's not a good person either in my book.
Yeah, she's fucking real goofy. That outfit she wore to the Grammys was like the most retarded thing I'd ever seen.
Oh, I didn't see. What was it?
It was literally a dress. I'm just gonna pull up a picture because I don't even know how to explain it. It was literally a dress where like it I can't. I just have to pull the pictures. I cannot explain it. Why are there no pictures of her at the Grammys?
500 cigarettes.
Jesus Christ, I'm typing in numbers.
I was wondering. I was like, well, what's your goal here?
Oh God, of course when I Google image search it, it's a small picture. Let me see if I can pull it up on a bigger website or whatever. All right, I found a perfect picture. So she obviously has something kind of like she has like prosthetics around her tits, and then the
Oh
dress,
shit, she's got
and
some
then
hammers too.
the what?
As in the words of Shipus, she's kind of got some hammers on her too.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's like she's got prosthetics over her tits and then piercings, and that's where the dress attaches to.
That's wild.
And it's like this isn't like the Grammys, so it's just like you're on TV looking like this.
Well, it's funny because she's a woman who would probably be against a woman being exploited sexually, but here she is, and she looks fucking naked. Like, what's the logic behind this? It's
Oh well,
empowering
yeah,
to be
that's like the
fucking
girl
naked.
logic. Don't exploit them sexually. Let them exploit themselves sexually.
Uh, we live in a crazy fucking society. No logic, bro.
No, there's none at all. I don't know. It just looks stupid. I'm like, look, I want to do that with my balls. Like, I want to get like a skirt and like have
It
it have
attaches to the poles.
yeah have it somehow attached to my balls, and that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be the Chappell Roan version for me. I'll get like a prosthetic put over my balls and then attach a skirt to it.
That's fucking wild. Wait, who is that? It's a chaperone, Shipus.
Yeah, shit, that was the Hammers girl, bro. That was Chappell Roan. I also was she ever really a stripper, or is that Pink Pony Club song just some gay shit?
I have no idea. I know nothing about her other than I hear some of her songs on TikTok every now and then. Dude, I've been off TikTok for like a week now. It's like the best decision of my life. Shipper says attached to the base of the shaft.
Oh yeah, so she's a liar. No, Chappell Roan was not a stripper, but her hit song Pink Pony Club is inspired by the idea of go-go dancing in a gay bar and strip club imagery. So she's a fucking lying faggot.
Dong.
She's a poser. Oh, I'm gonna write a song about the idea of being a stripper.
Dude, of course she's a poser. I'm sure she's a fucking art school kid from some rich ass area. Fuck her.
She also had been trying to get big for like 10 years. It's not like she's the big up and coming. She just came out of nowhere. She's been singing for like, and same as Sabrina Carpenter. She's been singing for like 10 years.
Yeah.
But then a lot of these people, they finally get big, and everyone likes to act like they just came out of nowhere and took over the world. And it's like, no, brother, they've been working for 10 years, and that's fine.
Yeah. Make it naturally.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just people need to stop acting like all these singers just came up out of nowhere and took over the world. And then, of course, Chappell Roan, she used to be totally normal. If you find old pictures of her, she was just like a totally normal, average singer. And then as soon as she started doing the gay shit, she got famous.
I was just gonna say, I'm sure she leaned into that shit because she realized she could get popular off of it because they're gonna promo your shit if you do a bunch of gay shit.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, they don't actually, like this. They don't believe that shit. It's what made them famous. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah, it gets the money. And, as we see in the Epstein files, they promo this shit because they want kids to see it and want to act like that. Dude, they get paid by these people. It's crazy.
Yeah, here, this is actually a great fucking picture. On the right side.
Dude, that's crazy. She looks totally normal.
Yeah, this is her. This is when she started getting famous, and this is her before she was famous. Just like a regular chick, white shirt, no weird makeup and shit. Like, yeah. And then she starts doing all this weird shit, and yeah, she gets famous. That's what they reward.
Yeah, she looks totally normal, like a chick you could see at like Target or some shit.
And then she puts on mime makeup and says that she's like a non-binary tranny stripper faggot. And then her like, oh, this is the one.
This is the one.
Dude, she looks like she's in fucking Wizard of Oz, dude.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, dude, she looks fucking weird.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful and brave or whatever. It's
Yeah,
like, dude,
shippers, I agree. Liberalism is why our society is at where it's at. Everyone's like, oh, but I'm so nice. Dude, who gives a fuck?
yeah.
You're nice
It's
to
like,
a bunch of retards? Oh, good for you, bro. Who gives a shit?
yeah. No, I'm not even. So there's somebody I saw a conversation that I thought was pretty cool. Somebody was like, left and right, they're both sides of the same coin. You should be against both of them. And then somebody said, yeah, that's true. But on the priority list, there's one that is more so actively like, we can deal with the right, but the left needs to be dealt with first.
I agree. Yeah, the goals of the left are active, way more detrimental to society than the goals of the right.
Yeah. Yeah, no, plenty of problems with the right. They're not doing anything right. They're not doing anything. Trump's like deporting 2.5 immigrants a day at this point. I'm just like,
Yeah,
dude,
right.
what?
They meet their weekly quota of 7. They're like, oh, 1 per day. Let's go.
Oh, fuck Sam
Oh, Sam
Smith,
Smith
dude.
is the worst, dude. Fuck that fool. Isn't he fucking British too? Like, what the fuck? Get that fool out of here. Deport that
Yeah.
fucker.
He's just like some fat faggot. But yeah, no, there should be a priority list because one side is literally advocating for like the murder of people in the streets that they disagree with. Like,
Yeah, you have the left is like, what are the big left things? Abortion, training kids, and killing people that disagree with you because they're fascists. Like, that seems pretty bad to me, bro.
yeah. So yeah, no, that's usually my thing. Like, yes, we should deal with them both, but one should be dealt with first, and on top of that, the right, you can probably deal with them with words. Like maybe at some point, some of them, at least some of them. I'm sure there are some of them that you got to throw overboard too. But generally, when it comes to like the non-politicians, a lot of them you could kind of
Yeah,
talk to
they
or
they
reason
just
with.
my opinion's always been that the most conservatives are not ill-intentioned or even want to be stupid, but I think the leaders on the right are very stupid. I think a lot of people are misguided and very ill-informed. 'Cause
Yeah, I think a lot of them are just naive.
yeah, they're very naive and they're stupid. They think that Trump is pro-America when he's clearly fucking pro-Israel.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw some clip today that was him talking about they've now shifted focus with the immigrants thing, and he's like, "Yeah, we're only going after like the criminal, the murderers." And he even said, he's like, "I know you could consider illegal immigrants they're criminals just for coming over here illegally, but we're going after." And it's like, bro, you literally ran on like get them all out, and
Yeah,
then
it's what he ran on, but yeah, they don't give a fuck because it doesn't help Israel at all. What does deporting illegal immigrants do for Israel? Nothing.
But then I saw somebody say that his rich buddies realistically don't want them deported either because that's their cheap labor. So even on just a pure American
No,
level, he's not
exactly.
going to deport his
That's
friends
why they
cheap
don't
labor.
do it. That's always been the big charade is that like, oh, how come they can't solve the issue? They could, but they don't want to because it's cheap fucking labor, bro. Of course they don't want to solve the issue. And
Yo,
then
what's up? Get lit. Get
our
lit.
wages go down.
Get lit. I only know that you mentioned you're here from the Casper video. We did our Casper was on Sunday night, and then
Oh, good fucking question.
but
Current favorite wrestler.
He should be on later this week. He might be on tomorrow. He might be on Thursday. We'll figure it out. But we should be on with Casper again tomorrow or Thursday.
Do you even fuck with anyone that's current?
First of all, get lit. Who is your current favorite wrestler? I mean, I probably have to say like CM Punk or Jeff Hardy.
Oh, Jeff Hardy's still active. Yeah.
I mean, AJ just retired. I liked AJ. He was my favorite for a while. So yeah, my favorite current guys are guys that I liked better in 2000 that I just still happen to be around.
I was just gonna say I'd have to pick between like Randy and Rey Mysterio, but neither of them do anything cool anymore, so I really don't know. As far as like younger people do, I don't even know anyone really.
Yeah, there's no one stands out.
Yeah, they're all just copy and paste, and they have no fucking personality. What
There's
about you,
that
Get
big
Lit?
There's that big black dude that everyone thinks is going to get big. FEMA, something. He's
Fuck
gotta
that
get-
fool. That fool looks retarded.
Yeah, he looks like the new Omos.
Yeah, I was just gonna say he reminds me of almost that one dude, Trick Williams. I like when Booker T sings his theme song, but it's like all I know about him.
Trick Williams has a great song, and that's really all. Randy Orton, yeah, hell yeah, Randy Orton is the
goated.
man.
He needs to go
Trick-
heel.
Trick Williams has a great song. That's all they really gave him. His toxic gimmick is kind of funny. Like it
Yeah.
seems like he's kind of poking fun. Like he's like a pretty boy that calls men toxic. That could be a good gimmick if he went around like. But they need to go with he needs to call Brock Lesnar toxic to his face. Like he needs to accuse Brock Lesnar of being toxic masculine, and then that's what they need to do with him if they're gonna do it. But I don't think they'll go that far with him.
Yeah, no facts. Brock Lesnar would be the one to squash him too. But I like Roman Reigns too. I won't lie, but he doesn't show up enough.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is cool, but yeah, he doesn't show up.
He's one of the last dudes that still has aura.
And I do like Brock Lesnar.
Of course,
Brock Lesnar to me is the only guy who I've said it before. Brock Lesnar, in my opinion, is actually maybe the only professional wrestler that when I see him in the ring, I'm like, oh, he might hurt somebody. He's here to fuck some people up.
Yeah, well, it's because he's like a pro fighter and all that too. Like he's a real wrestler.
Nobody really knew.
I like Dominic Mysterio. I take it back. I like Dom.
Dominic is cool. Liv Morgan is also cool. I do like
Thanks.
Liv Morgan, but I can't lie and act like it's not half because I just think she's really hot.
Yeah, well, yeah, she's hot. If she were ugly, it'd be horrible.
The girls are terrible nowadays.
Yeah, I saw that like both the Bella twins are back. I never liked either of them really. I don't think they're that hot.
They were never that good. They just liked them because they were twins. They were just like, oh, there's two of them.
Yeah, it's like a fetish thing.
Yeah. No, that was the only reason they got big. And then of course they dated John Cena and Daniel Bryan, which
Dude, the clips of John Cena on that fucking show are the best. Dude, John Cena's the man. That
making
fool
her
is
sign a
hilarious.
contract and shit.
Making her sign a contract, and then have you ever seen the one where he gets mad at her for like not picking up her laundry or some shit? He's like, "This is where it goes. You put it in there." Talking to her like she's retarded, bro.
The one I've seen the most is when she cooks dinner and he gets home and he's pissed because she's making a mess in the kitchen.
Yeah.
He's like, I thought we were just gonna go out to eat, and he's like putting placemats under her plate in her cup and shit. And then there's the one clip where they're on like a talk show,
Mm.
and somebody's like, "So John, do you ever plan on marrying Nikki?" And like without 2 seconds, he goes, "Nope." And Nikki's like, "Oh, that was kind of quick." And he's like, "Nope, no, well, it's true. I'm not like I'm not marrying you."
Have you seen his current wife?
I haven't seen her in a while. I can't remember what she looks like.
Dude, she's way hotter than Nikki Bella. He made the right choice by not marrying Nikki.
Rock and Roman are damn near part time. Yeah, it's a bummer. The top guys now are just part timers. You know, you think about like The Rock and Stone Cold, dude. They were on Raw and SmackDown every week.
Dude, yeah, you got the Undertaker every SmackDown. Fucking
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, dude. Brock is one of the safest workers because dude, he was like an actual wrestler, an actual fighter and shit. And yeah, him dropping Bob Holly on his head is goated. I love that clip.
Yeah, the Whatever podcast is great for girls. The problem with the Whatever podcast is that it's so popular now that girls literally just go on there to disagree, like just to be annoying. So there's literally clips of Brian being like, we can all like it's him trying to establish like a baseline truth. And there's one clip of him literally saying, so 2 + 2 = 4, right? And one of the girls goes, well, not in every country, you know, in some cultures, math
Oh,
is different.
God.
2 + 2
No, it's
might
not.
equal.
Math is like the universal language.
Yeah. So that's the problem with the Whatever podcast. Even though it is one of my goals, I want to get on the Whatever podcast just
Soon.
to argue
Yeah,
with
you
girls.
can
I
make it
want
on.
what I want to do is I want to get on the Whatever podcast. I want to show up like ferociously drunk and just horribly aggressively hit on all the chicks in the room and make it really awkward.
I just had a fucking Jimmy Neutron brain blast. You should get a few more subscribers. Get to like 3K or something. Have Hannah Dollars go on the show and say, I'll only go on if Becky could go on. You're in, bro. You're going for sure.
I should try to. She could definitely get on like tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. And you guys are friends. She could be on tomorrow. And if she just like vouches for you, like, oh yeah, let my YouTube buddy come on too. Dude, you'd be on like that. They let anyone on. As long as they're with the hot chick, you know?
They let any girl on. And there have been stories where girls try to bring their boyfriends on and they don't let them.
Well, but you're also a YouTuber, you know? You could say that she could say that you guys do the show together.
Yeah, that is true. I'd have a better chance getting on with her.
Yeah, well, not that I think you should like use her or nothing like that if she's watching the stream. That's not what I'm saying.
I don't think she watches the stream.
All right, well, I'm not saying that anyways, but it's so you guys are friends. It's something you guys could do together. It'd be fun.
Get lit. I don't think AEW is worth checking out nowadays.
Fuck AEW, that shit's ass.
AEW, it sucks because they were really cool for like a couple months when they first started. They were actually cool.
Well, and the
then-
first All In was goated. They had like Rey Mysterio and all those dudes on. That shit was tight.
Darby Allin, I used to like him. I've grown to dislike him, but I will say I appreciate his move set. The one thing I like about Darby Allin is that he weighs like 100 pounds and he knows it. So all of his moves consist of him throwing his entire body onto a person because I think he knows. I weigh 100 pounds. I'm not going to punch a 300-pound dude and it's going to hurt.
Yeah,
So
and
I
I
appreciate
always
that.
yeah.
I was just gonna say, so I appreciate that all of his moves end with just his entire body weight being thrown because it's the only way he's gonna hurt another human.
I totally agree, and I respect his dedication to the profession, bro. Like he fucking takes some real risks.
Jim Cornette fucking hates him though. It's hilarious.
Of course he does.
Jim Cornette talking about Darby Allin is like almost as funny as Jim Cornette talking about
Shit piss. Oh, not shit stain.
Shitstain.
Fucking
Oh, Vince Russo.
Yeah, Vince Russo.
No, Vince Russo is like the second funniest person he talks about. The first funniest person, of course, is Vince McMahon.
Oh, facts. All the stories, man.
Maybe third is like when he talks about Hulk Hogan. You ever seen the Hulk Hogan episodes? There's a guy that worked in Hulk Hogan's beach shop in Florida that Jim Cornette used to talk about.
Yes. Yep.
Those episodes are hilarious. And then maybe fourth is like when he talks about Darby, it's hilarious. He just says the funniest shit about him.
Yeah. Shout out 100 messages in chat. Thank you guys.
He does fly around like Mini-Me and Austin Powers.
Facts.
which is good because that's what he needs to do to hurt people. He's not going to throw a punch. I will say one of the worst parts about in one of the best matches of all time when Jeff Hardy first won the WWE Championship in a triple threat with Edge and Triple H at Armageddon back in like 2006. It might have been like 2007 or 8. Jeff Hardy was throwing punches at Triple H and then he Irish whips him into the ropes. And it looks a little unrealistic for Jeff Hardy to be like throwing Triple H around like that. That was one of my few complaints with that match was I don't buy Jeff Hardy throwing around Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H would just turn around and fucking clothesline him.
Yeah.
To respond to these John Cena simping for China comments. Yeah, he did, but he did it for the betterment of the WWE. So I respect him, man. He's a true company man.
When did he simp for China?
He learned.
Oh, I thought we were talking about female wrestler China.
No.
No, I know what you. Okay,
country. Yeah, he did it for the business. I respect that shit. Fuck it. Dude, Cena's like the greatest company man of all time.
Made a character on SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain is way more. Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. Those old wrestling games are fucking great.
That's awesome. Those games were goated, and the graphics hold up hella well. Especially Here Comes the Pain. That shit looks good.
We used to go over to Nate Anderson's house in the old court, and we'd play. I can't remember if we played Shut Your Mouth or Here Comes the Pain. And then Nathan's older brother basically made the Crow in one, not the Crow, but the Crow Sting in one of those games.
Nice, that's tight.
But I feel like he might have had a WCW game too. I can't remember if he made him in the WWE game or if we had a WCW game too. Yeah, Jeff was pushed really hard and if he deserved it. He was basically a cruiserweight. Yeah. No, Jeff is awesome. Definitely one of the greatest of all time, but just a little hard to believe him like Irish whipping Triple H into the ropes really hard. But other than that, Jeff is obviously one of the best.
Jeff Hardy's so interesting, man, because he's really not good on the mic, but he has so much aura that everyone thinks he's cool as shit. His non-wrestling shit was so cool just because he was so cool. It's fucking interesting.
Yeah, he was kind of bad on the mic sometimes.
Dude, his best mic shit is when he's high on TNA.
I love that clip of him singing his own song.
Yeah, I was thinking that one. Table, ladders, and chairs match. And then he starts singing his song and shit.
It's like something to the top, and RVD is looking at him like, what the fuck, bro?
That shit's hilarious.
TNA was basically where wrestlers went when they wanted to also continue getting fucked up.
Yeah, they're strung out and they don't want to stop, but they still want to make money. So, oh, fuck it, let's go to TNA.
Basically, Scotty Too Hot, man. I love Scotty Too Hotty.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Even the that's the thing is, even like the lower card guys nowadays, like even the lower card guys back in the day were better. Like Scotty Too Hotty was at least actually like entertaining. It was cool to watch him. Even like when I was a kid, and SmackDown had like Brian Kendrick and Paul London and like Deuce and Domino.
Well, they had dudes like Boogeyman, those like real characters.
Yeah. It was just more interesting, and there was always something going on. But nowadays, everyone is like just a wrestler. Like no one's really a character anymore. They're just themselves. I think part of that is like it's the social media age. Unfortunately, you can't really have a full blown you can't have the Boogeyman nowadays because he'd be on Twitter talking about how he ate a bad burrito yesterday, and now he's on the road, and there's traffic. You know what I mean? Like so, you're not going to believe that it's actually the Boogeyman.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I got the wrong guy. Yeah, Grandmaster 6A passed away. Not Scotty Too Hotty. My bad.
I didn't even catch that when you said rest in peace about Scotty Too Hotty.
I got the wrong guy. What was I going to say, though? Yeah, no, totally. With no kayfabe, it's impossible to have a character because, yeah, you're complaining about gas prices on Twitter after the match.
Yeah. So the Boogeyman just wouldn't even... The Boogeyman just wouldn't even work. OSHA? Are you saying OSHA fucks pro wrestling?
There's no way that's true. That's crazy if that's the case. Oh, Mr. Kennedy was goated.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy was awesome. What did OSHA fuck? I'm curious. Yeah, shit piss. You gotta say what OSHA fucked.
OSHA's probably... Shit piss is probably talking about his real job, not wrestling.
I would imagine Vince McMahon scared OSHA away.
Oh, dude, fuck that Netflix series. I hate when they give like the peek behind the curtains too much. What's the fucking point anymore?
Are we talking about Unreal?
Yeah, it's stupid.
I like The Mark part of me likes the backstage stuff. The thing that's funny is that the only reason I like the backstage stuff now is because the backstage stuff is more interesting than the product itself.
Oh, I would agree with that, but I don't think that would be the case if the backstage stuff was not so prominent. If we still had kayfabe, I don't think it'd be the case.
Yeah. No, if this was still 2006, I would
Yeah.
never want Unreal. But
Yeah.
because the product is so weak now, I'm like, well, it's more entertaining to see Triple H and Gorilla yelling at a guy on a headphone set than it is to see CM Punk and Cody Rhodes crying in the ring for the 14th time.
Like, dude, do you remember on that one Rey Mysterio DVD that our neighbor gave us? His face is blurred out the entire time.
Yes.
Dude, they used to give a fuck. They used to give a fuck.
And that's what's funny about that is that's even after the fact that he wrestled in WCW for like half his career with no mask.
With no fucking mask on, bro.
But I was a kid and I didn't even know what WCW was, so I had no idea. So I remember watching that documentary. He was like showing us his Dominic's room when he was a kid and shit.
Yup.
And his face is blurred out, and you're like, bro, who is this fucking? You're like, I think his head is shaved. That's all I really got.
Hey, who is this guy? Just some short, bald Mexican guy. They used to give a fuck. It's crazy. Oh, that's what's
Yeah,
up.
Underground Promotions. Yeah, but Underground Promotions nowadays, the indies, they're way too obsessed with the social media thing, though. Like, you ever see that guy,
I think I know who you're talking about, but go on.
like Tommy Invincible or some shit?
Yes.
He's like the most cringe motherfucker in the
Super
world. He's
cringe.
like,
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say I actually don't like most indie stuff because it's cringe, bro. I can't.
he's
I
like
can't
doing
handle it.
promos in his underwear on Instagram in front of 10 people, and it's like they're like I guess I appreciate the indie stuff, but they're like trying to work in social media with kayfabe, and it's not hitting for me.
I agree.
It just seems like they don't do anywhere near the risky shit. I don't think it's OSHA. I've seen the theory that wrestling is so safe now. I seem to like the theory that it's Chris Benoit. That's what ruined it. After Chris Benoit happened, Vince McMahon said, okay, no more. We're not violent anymore. We're actors. We're kid friendly. No more chair shots to the head. I think that's actually when those exactly stopped.
Yeah, it's Chris Benoit and CTE, all that shit. It's talked about in football a lot too. But you know, when all that shit's out there, they don't want to do it anymore because they don't want to be responsible for another tragedy.
Yeah. Yeah, the politics of wrestling are more like entertaining now. Yeah, to
Totally.
me, I think wrestling. I mean, and it was also right after Chris Benoit. They went to the PG era, and the HD era is what they call it when they first went high definition on TV. Because yeah, Chris Benoit, that shit was like on the news, like that was like national coverage, and that was Vince. That people say that was Vince was like, okay, no, like we're not doing violence anymore. Like we're entertainers, we're athletes. They'd
Yeah.
already been kind of going in that direction. Actually, I don't even know. People always talk about like after the Attitude Era, it got soft, and I'm like, bro, in the Ruthless
Nah.
Aggression era, we got bra and panties match. There was the first WrestleMania I ever got. There was a Playboy pillow fight match between Tori Wilson and Candice Michelle. Like the Ruthless Aggression era was still also very violent.
Dude, Edge and Lita were fucking in the bed on that one Raw when he won the chip, bro.
Yeah, no, the Ruthless Aggression era was definitely still pretty gritty, and then it was after that is when after Chris
It was
Benoit, to me, is
Benoit,
when it got,
bro. I completely agree.
especially considering it was Guerrero one year and then Benoit that story the next.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a bad sequence of events. Get Lit, I agree. Ray and Conan is goated because they were basically just cholos.
Oh, dude, Conan and TNA was awesome when he did the I can't remember. He was in like a group of Mexicans,
Yeah.
and they had finishers called the Gringo Killer, and one of them was called the Border Toss, and he would just like throw the dude.
Dude, Conan is goated, but most people don't know him because he was never in WWE.
I do like his show. He does Keeping It 100 with Conan on YouTube, and it's him and Disco Inferno. And Disco Inferno pops off about like funny shit sometimes.
Oh, facts, and they hate that one for Juventud Guerrero. Actually, when he was what was he, Psychosis, or which guy was he in WWE?
He was with the Mexicools,
Yeah, and everyone fucking hated that fool. That shit's hilarious.
which was also great. They rode out on the lawnmowers.
Yup.
You
Yeah,
can never do
Benoit
that shit
basically stopped
nowadays.
it. I agree. Dude, Benoit killed the WWE. He's the reason that it's at where it's at now. It's basically just fucking UFC, but for kids.
You ever see that clip of Benoit's last appearance staring down CM Punk?
No, but I know there's a funny meme. It's like when you're watching the pay per view as a kid and you're wondering why CM Punk is wrestling Johnny Nitro. like, oh wait, where's Chris Benoit?
Yeah, like the night before that, or like earlier that week, CM Punk won the tournament. He was supposed to face Chris Benoit at that pay-per-view, and Chris
Yeah.
Benoit's last appearance on WWE TV was a stare down in the middle of the ring with CM Punk as they went off air.
Yeah. Dude, it's creepy. Well, I've seen a lot of compilations of Chris Benoit taking some crazy fucking bumps, bro. And they're like, oh yeah, that's what did it.
People always go, "That's the one."
That's the one. Bro, he went crazy. Now, I think I've asked you this before, but remind me, do you believe in any conspiracies regarding that shit, or you think he just went crazy?
I think he did it, but they are interesting because like the Chavo Guerrero story is weird when he talks about his phone call with
Yeah.
Benoit.
Yeah, and Chavo knew something was up.
And he talks about how Benoit started driving home different, but that could also just be him like losing his mind slowly.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, maybe it was just him going crazy, getting hella paranoid and shit.
Yeah, the Mexicools were awesome.
Yeah, facts, dude. They need the cruiserweight division back because the little guys need something to do.
I wish they would just go back to brand individuality. Like SmackDown at the cruiserweights, Raw had the Divas, and SmackDown still had Divas. They just didn't have the belt.
Yeah.
They need pay-per-views that are strictly Raw and strictly SmackDown, and then you do 4 pay-per-views a year where they get together. You know, Survivor Series was always like the best.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't just replicate the formula that they had in the early 2000s. I'm like, dude, it's been long enough. You could literally just copy what you did back then, and people would
Yeah.
love it.
It's funny. It really is one of those things where it's like, bro, just Triple H, like go on Twitter, look at what everyone says. They want you to like use rock music again, like go back to brand individuality. Like literally all
Dude.
the answers are right there on the internet for
The
them.
thing I can't stand about Triple H, I'm like, brother, you were there.
Yeah,
You were there. How do you not know what to do? You were there in the best eras of all time. How the fuck do you not know how to book?
That's what makes no sense about Triple H being so shitty as a booker. Like, dude,
Yeah.
you were literally and you were part of the formula that worked out.
No, exactly. I think it's like an example of like, you know, how a lot of NBA players try and coach after they're retired, but players don't always make the best coaches. I think it's an example of that. I think he's too retarded.
Yeah. I think he's just caught up in like all this modern day internet shit and that, you know, oh, let's do Unreal, give him a peek behind the curtain. I see a lot of people talk about Montez Ford. I don't even really know. I mean, I just know he's a black dude. That's all I really know.
Yeah, he's one of the black guys. Him, Trick Williams, Omos, and then that Oma whatever guy.
Yeah, the brand split made Survivor Series great, and they need to go back to like hardcore brand split. Like SmackDown dudes are on SmackDown, Raw dudes are on Raw, and that's it.
Well, they need to start giving these fuckers some aura again too. I want to see them pulling up in the limos in the fucking suit before the match on Monday Night Raw. Like we need the presentation back.
Yeah, wrestlers getting to the show in the car backstage was always the best.
Dude, exactly. And they looked like the man. They looked like pimps, bro. Like now they look retarded. Like you got Randy Orton showing up after the gym in a fucking Lululemon sweat set or some faggot shit. Like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. All right, everyone in chat, keep talking about whatever you want to talk about. I'll address everything, but we got to do the 2 Dragon Ball GT episodes really
Let's
quick.
go. Goated episodes.
Yeah, we got 2 good episodes. Jump like
Finally.
17
I'm
feet.
just kidding.
Yeah, I have seen Montez Ford jump really high. I do know he can do a good off the top rope.
What? A black guy can jump high? No
Yeah, I guess
no
that's
way,
true.
bro. I can't believe it.
All right, Dragon Ball GT episode 34, 35. So Goku's now the golden great ape. He's the golden Uzaru.
Oh yeah.
He's just running around smashing shit. Baby gives us a flashback of the Saiyan great apes destroying his home planet, so he's kind of terrified. Baby tries to attack Goku, but Goku attacks first, and right now is overall too destructive. Baby's kind of panicking. Pan and Hercule are heading towards Goku to see what's going on. Baby finally lands some blasts on Goku, but Goku's pretty quick before he smacks Baby down out of the sky. Or Goku is back up. He got up from the blast pretty quick and then smacks Baby out of the sky. Pan realizes that Goku is the great ape. Elder Kai explains to Kibito Kai that Goku's not in control of himself right now since they skipped over all the training they were originally going to do. But Elder Kai says if he can just like get control of himself and figure shit out, he should be good. So then Pan tries to talk to Goku, but Goku blasts her away because he doesn't recognize her. I also noticed they're playing music right now that is very reminiscent of like the original King Kong from the 30s.
Yeah.
If you listen to the song, the King Kong theme, the overture from the 30s movie, it sounds like they're definitely playing King Kong music.
I'm sure that was intentional.
So then Elder Kai tells Gabito Kai that Goku should be able to become a Super Saiyan 4 if he can just control himself. So that's the plan that we figure out. Baby decides he also wants to become a great ape since he's also a Saiyan. So this kind of gets put out there into the air. Pan tells Goku or goes to talk to Goku again, but he smacks her out of the sky because he still doesn't remember her. When she falls out of the sky, she falls by her bag and she pulls out her outfit that she wore to the world tournament as a child that Goku gave to her. So Pan tries to show it to Goku, but he still doesn't remember her and he smacks her down again. But this time a picture falls out of her outfit and it's a picture of Goku and his family and friends at the beach.
Goated.
So we just get a long scene of Pan and Goku crying, looking at this picture of their family. Goku's looking at Earth, and obviously he's starting to remember who he used to be.
Dixon Cider, you can play as the baby Vegeta Golden Ape though in all the Budokai Tenkaichi games.
You know what I want to know is the ape like how strong is the ape? Like could Goku have beat Baby as the ape if he like stayed in that form?
Okay, so this is actually a good question. The ape is a power multiplier. So Goku did get stronger. I think it's a 10 times or 100 times multiplier, something like that. But it is a multiplier for strength. It's a legit transformation. I don't think it was enough of a multiplier for him to beat Baby, though. No.
So
I think
Baby could have.
he's strong enough to get hits, but I think it's more because, like, if you looked at the plot, like, analytically, I think it's just because Baby's thrown off because he doesn't know how to fight a giant monkey.
Yeah. All right, so yeah, the episode basically ends there. Goku starts to transform into something.
Yeah,
and
we
the
see
episode
something's
ends.
going on. Yeah.
So episode 35, we get some good naked shots of Goku to start the episode off.
That shit's weird. They did the same thing for Super Saiyan 3 too. I'm like, why did they make him naked in some weird spirit realm?
And what's funny about 3 is Super Saiyan 3, I think is such a waste. I'm like one of the few people will tell me it's Vegeta cope, but I think it's true. I think even if during the Majin Vegeta Goku fight, I think even if Goku turned Super Saiyan 3, I think Super Saiyan 2 Majin Vegeta could have at least lasted long enough for Goku to have to go back up to heaven or whatever.
Nah, that is Vegeta
Super
fan
Saiyan
cope.
3,
No,
Super
I
Saiyan
agree. It's a shitty transformation.
It's such a waste. And then in Super, it gets wasted. I've read things about like Super Saiyan 2 Trunks was able to keep up with I can't remember who it was, but
It was Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But oh no, and Super Saiyan Trunks is able to fight fucking Goku in his blue form because that show is retarded. But the only character who I actually think Super Saiyan 3 fits well is Gotenks. Because they're few so they can stay transformed. It's cool.
He makes the best use out of anyone of Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah. And then Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 and Daima is cool. I don't think you've watched it, but it's worth a watch. I think it's a cool transformation.
So now we finally get Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Facts. The great form. The GOAT form, man. Fuck.
Yeah, GT, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and Vegeta are the coolest Saiyans of all time.
Yeah, not only are they cool and get all the dubs in the story, but dude, they just look fucking badass. Like, it looks tight.
There is an action figure at the Walmart in my town right now, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but I do think it's the Super or the Daima version or whatever.
Oh, is it the red Goku?
No, it's Gogeta.
Oh no, there is no Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and Daima.
Oh, then it's... Dude, I have a fucking picture of it. I took a picture.
I think I have the figure you're talking about.
You know what? I might have deleted the picture, actually.
Is it the Dragon Stars? It says Dragon Ball Super on it, but it's this Gogeta?
Yeah, I think it is. It is because it's got the weird crotch.
Yep, it just says Dragon Ball Super because that's the current show, the current popular series right now. But no, it's the regular Super Saiyan 4 from GT.
Yeah, to me, that's the peak Saiyan form of all time.
Oh, facts. This is the peak of the series. This used to be the GOAT character in all the games. And it still is, which is why I think it's funny when people try and deny how strong the form is, because people are like, oh, the form is so much weaker. But in the games, he's still one of the strongest characters.
I think the ending of GT, it's one of those cases where they overcomplicate shit. The ending of GT, now we're skipping ahead to the end, but the ending of GT literally should have just been Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just whoops on Omega for like 3 episodes, and then like that's all we needed.
Yeah, it's true, but they made it hella convoluted. Hey, shout out, Dixon Cider has the same form. Hell yeah, that's what's up.
They made them fall apart, and then we got to get base form Goku as the one that does the Universal Spirit Bomb. The same thing happened in one of my favorite 80s movies, Savage Streets. There's a scene where the main protagonist, she finally catches the main antagonist in like a trap.
Oh.
And it's like, okay, now all we want is like the simple, like have her just fuck him up and then take us home. But he escapes the trap. He starts beating her up again. And it's like, dude, It makes me think of Toradora, how Toradora
Oh
gave us
yeah.
the predictable outcome, but it's what you wanted, so it was like, sometimes predictable and simple is good.
Totally, yeah. I think in GT it's because they wanted Goku to pass on. Like,
Yeah, but
from what I understand for GT, because I think it's easy to forget that Dragon Ball is not made for Americans, but supposedly the story behind the GT ending is that there's a lot of like Buddhist symbolism in the way Goku passes on and shit, and that's why like he's ascended essentially.
yeah, I don't know, they should have found a way to just have that happen
Oh, I
after.
agree. If it were made today, I think they would be like, "Fuck it, it's gonna sell so much merchandise. Just have Gogeta whoop on Omega because it's gonna look tight." But yeah, I think they were focused on making the story the way they wanted.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Goku time.
Goku time, man. He is the main character. I mean, is the main character not supposed to get the dub in the last part of the show? Come on, bro. He's got to.
Alright, so episode 35, yeah, we finally get Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Goku leaves Hercule and Pan. I always like how just because Hercule is the adult man, they always say Hercule will take care of Pan, but Pan's way stronger than Hercule.
Facts, yeah.
But because Hercule is the adult in the room, everyone always says Hercule take care of Pan.
Dude, I also think it's funny how Goku and Hercule are both Pan's grandpa, but Goku looks way fucking sicker. Hercule's bald and shit by this point,
Yeah.
and then Goku Super Saiyan 4.
So then Baby is in some lab with Bulma trying to figure out how to turn him into the Great Ape when Goku busts into the lab. I actually just saw an edit of this that I wish the show would have done. So in this episode, Goku busts into the lab and he sees Bulma and he says Bulma, and Bulma turns around and basically says, "Fuck you, you're my enemy.
Yeah.
Baby's gonna kill you." And
Mm.
Goku looks at her and says Bulma, and then he looks at Baby and says, "I'll never forgive you." Somebody made an
Mm.
edit where Bulma talks that shit to Goku, and then Goku looks sad, and then they flash back to them meeting in Dragon Ball.
Oh, that would have been good, yeah.
And then Goku says to Baby, "I'll never forgive you for this." And I liked that edit. I wish they would have done a Dragon Ball flashback to Goku and Bulma as kids to show you what Baby's done. He's like turned his best friends against him.
Facts, yeah. But then, dude, Goku starts whooping his fucking ass. The fight scenes in this episode are goated.
Yeah, this is also one of those times where Goku should have just killed him immediately, but he's
Facts,
just
yeah.
kind of fucking around too
It's
much.
aura farming, bro. I like the part where I think it's when he first transforms, but he looks at the glass like staring at himself and it fucking breaks.
Yeah, the glass breaks looking at his reflection.
Yeah.
So Goku finally busts into the lab and we get the first Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Baby fight. Kibito Kai and Elder Kai notice that Goku's holding back. At first, I kind of thought Goku was holding back because he realized he doesn't want to kill Vegeta, but I think he's just being dramatic. He's just kind of
He's aura farming, bro, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of aura farming, I'm still pissed that Piccolo has just been taken out by one Kamehameha many
He's
episodes
still
ago.
still gone, but many
He's just
episodes
gone.
ago. Yeah.
So Goku is just tanking hits from Baby and talking shit to him. Baby even throws another revenge death ball and Goku just fucking tanks it.
Eats that
Finally,
shit.
Goku starts fighting and whooping ass. But then by the time Goku's about to throw a Kamehameha at him, Bulma figures out the Blood's Wave machine and Baby starts turning into the Ozaru. And Elder Kai tells Kibito Kai that Super Saiyan 4 might actually not be enough to stop Great Ape Baby.
Yo.
And then Baby starts destroying everything and the episode ends.
No,
So in this one
facts.
episode, we got Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Baby Vegeta Ape form.
Yeah, no, fucking wild.
I was thinking about, dude, the 17s arc has to be really fucking fast.
It's 6 episodes.
The show's only like 60 episodes and we're already more than halfway through it. And Goku just turned Super Saiyan 4.
No facts. Well, it's because, dude, in the Shadow Dragon arc, we get like 10 straight episodes of Goku going Super Saiyan 4 and whooping all the dragon's ass. It goes
Yeah,
by pretty fast.
they definitely wasted a lot of time in the beginning of this series.
Yeah, I think it's because it's well known in interviews. They talk about that. Like, yeah, we didn't really know what we wanted to do with the show at the time. They just because all that Shadow or all the Black Star Dragon Ball, that was all Toriyama's idea. That was the ideas he gave him for the show. So they went with it, and then they realized like, wait, we need to make it serious, and so they went with the baby.
Could Kibito Kai be Fat Boo?
Nah, I don't think so.
I was gonna say if he could, I don't think he would have shown up to the world tournament and been like, "I need your guys' help."
Yeah, I was just gonna say because Kibito and Supreme Kai couldn't do shit, separately, even fused, even with that power buff. Nah, they aren't strong enough to beat Fat Boo because they would have just done that in the arc in the first place.
Yeah.
back in the Boo arc. But the Dixon Slider had an interesting comment. Yeah, it's crazy to think that most Dragon Ball arcs are only a matter of days. Yeah, most of the time they're just chilling.
Yeah, it's hard for me to go back and watch Dragon Ball after the action and drama of Z and GT and stuff like that.
No, I think he means like the whole series in general. Like most of these arcs are only a few days.
Yeah.
But like in Z, like the fight with Frieza's fucking like 30 episodes. But in the actual time that the show takes place in, it's like a couple of days.
That's what's funny is how long the Frieza fight was and the Cell Saga was, and then here, like the Super 17 arc, like you just said, it's 6 episodes. I know GT was made basically just because Japan was like, "What? No, you can't stop the Goku. Like, we'll die as a country if you stop the Goku stuff."
Yeah, it made too much money. That's actually why it ended after GT2 for so long because Japan actually had like franchise fatigue for Dragon Ball. They were like, all right, no more Dragon Ball. We need to do something else. Like other shows need to get popular. Yeah, the Buu Saga is really short in the actual time of the show.
Yeah, because Goku only has 24 hours on Earth, and you
Yeah.
get a lot of shit done with Goku on Earth.
Yeah, he has one day and he's there for like half the fucking arc on Earth.
I always forget about that. Like, god damn, he fought Vegeta. They did the world tournament. He fought Vegeta. He turned Super Saiyan 3.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the Shadow Dragons arc and we get the Vegeta fucking internal monologue episode. That shit is goated. That made me think about because I was thinking about the Majin Vegeta Goku fight.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fucking great episode, dude. GT is so cool. GT has the best pacing too.
Yeah, GT is way better than a lot of people give it credit for. But there is some people online that have kind of come back around to it.
Yeah, people are changing their mind about because it does have some stinkers. I mean, we watched every episode of the show so far, and yeah, not all of them are the best, but it's not like the show is bad.
I think it's what happened with so everyone always hated the Rob Zombie Halloweens, except for me, of course. But then they saw the most recent Blumhouse trilogy and they said, okay, maybe Rob Zombies weren't that bad. I would imagine after
Yeah.
Super, people are like, okay, maybe GT was actually kind of cool.
No facts. I mean, there's a reason they're remaking Super again because that shit sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, and all the comments you see in GT clips, people talk about how much cooler GT Vegeta was than. And Super Vegeta, I still think is fine. Anytime I see clips of him in Super, it seems fine. He's got good character.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he misses out on training because Bulma's pregnant, like that's cool. Vegeta development,
Good character,
but
yeah.
GT was just awesome. It's funny how he starts off with the flat top in GT, and then they kind of just decide against the flat top.
Yeah, facts. They have him get a different haircut, no more mustache.
Yeah, I wonder why they got rid of the flat top.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they probably just thought it looked cooler with like the spiky top instead of the flat shit.
It is cooler, but the 90s Will Smith hair on Vegeta was kind of cool.
Oh, facts, fucking hilarious. Him in his like weird little bomber jacket and the yellow pants and shit. That shit's funny. But then they put him in the biker gear. Does look cool on him though.
The biker gear is cooler, like in terms of like actually cool, and then his fight gear just being like a tank top tucked into the jeans is pretty cool.
Yeah, he takes off the leather vest. That shit's sick.
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking A. GT is cool. It is crazy. It's just crazy that we're like halfway through the series. The main attraction of GT has finally just come out.
Super Saiyan 4.
I wonder if like in the beginning I wonder if they thought the search for the Black Star Dragon Balls would be the whole series.
That's the plan that Toriyama gave them. I think they did think like let's just make this the whole series, but then they realized like, oh, like there's nothing serious to this. We got to change it.
Yeah, it would just be like the adventures of Goku, Pan, and Trunks.
Which is not bad, but I think what we got is a lot better.
Yeah. I would assume they're gonna get the Dragon Balls in this arc, because how else are they gonna get back Trunks, Goku, Gohan, and Goten?
We'll see.
I just don't know how else they're gonna revive them.
We'll see. It happens like next episode, so I won't spoil.
Okay, so then they don't get the Dragon Balls.
To make them unpossessed, no, they do something else. It's actually a pretty cool callback to some Dragon Ball Z filler shit.
No, but I mean, aren't Trunks, Gohan, and Goten dead right now, or did they not?
Nah, they're not
die?
dead. No, they're not
Okay,
dead.
so they're just gonna show back. Okay, that's kind of what I also thought. They're just gonna show back up too.
Yeah.
And then I know the way they separate Vegeta from Baby has something to do with cutting off the tail when he's a great ape.
Yeah, you've probably seen the clip, yeah. And then there's the adult baby that comes out of him and he looks fucking weird.
Yeah, and Goku blasts him away.
Yeah, dude, yeah, facts. The early 2000s Star Wars movie are a great example. Like people are like, oh, they suck. Until that Disney shit came out and they're like, wait, maybe they're not that bad.
Yeah, people hated episode 1 and that's a bummer because you watch clips of when that came out and people were like, having lightsaber fights in the theater. That was like a huge deal, and then they saw it, which I never got that. I mean, people hated Jar Jar Binks, but Darth Maul was, I thought, like one of the coolest fucking bad guys. And I don't even like Star Wars that much.
Dude, facts. I don't even like Star Wars either, but I thought those movies looked sick. And you see how excited people were for shit back then. Yeah, it makes me kind of sad. Like people really enjoyed shit back then. They look a
Oh
lot
yeah,
happier.
dude, I'll do it. I'll do it when we see the new Scream movie coming out. I think on your birthday later this month. But
Nice.
I've got
Oh
my
yeah.
Ghostface mask, and when the last Scream movie came out in theaters, I wore the Ghostface mask to the theater, and everyone was like fucking looking at me like I did something new, and I'm like, you guys never wore the fucking
Yeah,
main
you.
villain mask to the theater? Like I thought it was kind of funny. I
No,
thought there'd be
facts.
more people here doing it, but I
No,
guess
me
not.
too. Yeah, shit used to be hyped up. Like you remember, like the midnight GameStop releases.
Oh
People would
yeah.
line up for their favorite games. Now it's like, oh yeah, did you buy the new game off Steam when it came out? Like nothing. Nothing's hyped up anymore. Those Star Wars clips are awesome. Even if those dudes are fucking nerds, they're enjoying their life. It looks like fun.
Yeah. No, there's no hype for anything nowadays.
Darth Maul is goated. Facts. The double lightsaber. That shit's tight.
Yeah, I was surprised no one ever thought to do. I mean, I guess everything else was like in the 70s and 80s, so maybe they
Wasn't
just
that General Grievous fuck also from the prequels? The robot guy with all the lightsabers.
I don't know. Isn't General Grievous? He kind of looks like a skeleton guy.
Yeah, he's like the robot guy, and he's got fucking 6 arms. I remember he was sick as fucking Lego Star Wars. That game was awesome.
Honestly, most of what I remember from Star Wars, I learned from the Lego Star Wars PlayStation 2
Dude,
games.
me too. I was just gonna say like my whole like vision of the prequels is just from Lego Star Wars, and I thought the story was cool. It was fun in that game too.
Yeah, Lego PlayStation 2 games were awesome.
Facts.
But yeah, the double-sided lightsaber was great. I've wanted to go back and watch the first 3 Star Wars, not episode 1, 2, and 3, but episode 4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6. Now 3 is pretty cool though, especially with that one scene. It's like I have higher ground, Anakin. That clip is fucking golden, man. Yeah, General Grievous from the third movie. I thought so.
Yeah, I always wonder what the original Star Wars. It's funny when you watch some of the old fights from like the 70s and 80s movies.
Mm.
A lot of the moves they do during the lightsaber fights are kind of funny just because they're so unnecessary. Like it's clearly just them like
Yeah.
choreographing. Have this guy do a backflip, and it's like there's no reason to do a backflip in a sword fight, right? And like just in the scenario that they put it in, but
Facts. Yeah.
or there are times when like somebody will spin around. And it's like, damn, he really could have hit you that whole time you were spinning. Remember CM Punk in the UFC fights when he kept doing those kicks and then spinning around? And it's like, bro, you're lucky this guy doesn't kill you and punch you in the back of the fucking
Yeah,
head.
when you're turned around. I saw you posted that clip the other day. I fucking hate those clips, man. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking.
I think he thought he was going to be good.
Did he not spar a couple times and he's like, wait, I'm retarded? Like, how did he not know beforehand when he was practicing? Like, oh wait, I can't fight.
I don't know how, because he trained under Duke Rufus, who apparently was like a real deal respected coach. I don't know how, like, nobody in that dojo told him, like, hey, look, brother, like, we like you, but you might want to think about not doing this, because
Yeah, like you're a cool guy, but you have no fucking talent. He can't. He literally can't fight. Like I feel like I could whoop his ass.
I think I could whoop his ass. And I hate to even act like I think I'd be that good, but like, brother, his punches looked like they did not hurt.
Yeah, when his kick has zero momentum, that looks like some shit you would do as a kid on the tile floor in your socks. Like, oh, let me spin around real quick.
Yeah,
What the fuck is that?
And his spin took like 7.4 seconds to complete. Like it was like, dude, Mike Jackson was like toying with him. Like literally, you could have punched him in the back of the head and made him go blind.
You know, he's fucking like the one thing you don't do in a fight. You don't back turn to the dude, and he's back turned for like 3 seconds on this
Yeah.
fucking slow ass spin, bro. I was like, what the fuck is he doing?
You do not turn your back on the guy you're fighting.
Oh, he looks retarded, but whatever. I'm sure he knows. I don't know how his wife stayed with him after that shit. He looked like a retard.
Oh, I know you definitely can't punch people in the back of the head in UFC, but I just mean, bro, you could have fucking
Well,
like
you could literally just push him over.
we could have grabbed him in a chokehold. I mean,
Yeah.
brother, your opponent just turned up around like he put his back to you. And yeah, if I was AJ Lee, like I'd be fucking humiliated. But apparently she was just in therapy the whole time working on her mental health, so maybe she wasn't even paying attention.
All the people were cheering. Yeah, therapy. Shut the fuck up.
feel
I
like I
feel
could
like I
fucking
could
wrap
sure
up
do.
Punk.
Dude,
Yeah.
I agree. I think any average build dude could beat up CM Punk probably.
Dude, I could lock Punk in a fucking figure 4 leg lock if I wanted to. Like,
I will say he is pretty strong because he does hit the he does hit the GTS on like Drew McIntyre and all that shit. But they are going up for him, so who knows?
yeah, and that's like lifting strength, and even then, like you said, they're going up for him, so it's just being able to stand and support the weight.
Yeah, it's true. But
But
dude,
his punches,
yeah, well, his
just
physique looks like shit. He looks like an average dude, like a middle-aged guy.
his physique now is really bad. And even when he was younger, he was never a big buff dude, but he at least kind of looked like, okay, he runs. Okay, maybe he runs a couple miles, I guess. But now it just looks like he literally just popped up off the couch and got into the ring.
No, he needs to get on like peptides or some shit. He needs to get on some kind of performance enhancers because he just looks like shit. I feel like I'd see him at LA Fitness and be like, yeah, I could beat that guy up.
He never will though, because he's too dead hardcore on the straight edge thing, I'm sure.
Dude, the funniest thing is not to fucking keep on harping on Punk or nothing, but the fact that he's so against taking drugs for himself, but he's down with tranny kids. So these tranny kids can take drugs to turn into a woman, but oh, no drugs, I'm straight edge. What the fuck kind of logic is that, bro?
Yeah, he needs to get on fucking steroids immediately.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with him. I mean, it's definitely just his wife. His wife is the one that's like, you need to be down with transgender 4-year-olds and shit.
I mean, she's hot, but she's not that hot. He could go get a hotter wife that doesn't make him say all that shit.
Yeah, she's really not that hot, to be honest.
She was
Even back in the day.
Oh,
I mean,
back in the day, she was pretty hot though.
She was, but out of the whole roster on
Yeah.
in WWE, nowhere near like the top 5.
I could see that, yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Dude,
I don't
Mickey
know.
James is always a funny one to me because I remember people call her chubby. I remember as a kid, I always thought she was really hot, and even now looking back, I'm like, dude, she's not fat at all. It's crazy that was like the gimmick, like she's chubby.
Yeah, no, she wasn't fat. She was just standing next to like Tori Wilson, of course.
Yeah, facts.
So that I think that's kind of what it was, and it was Vince McMahon's standard. So
Sure, yeah, like Trish Stratus type chick.
yeah, she was just happened to be on the roster at the same time as Trish and Lita and Tori and Maria.
Dude, Trish Stratus looks pretty wild nowadays. I won't lie, she's not very attractive anymore.
I think she is.
Her face is fucking so like square to me though. Like she was way prettier back in the day.
Oh well, yeah, of course she was younger. She's like 50 now or something.
Oh yeah, true. I guess for 50, she's pretty hot.
I think she's like 40 something. I don't know. Maybe she's 50 something, but she's older. But
That's true. Yeah, wouldn't take that into consideration. Yeah, that's true.
it could be a lot worse, I guess.
Yeah, true. Dixon Sider says Mickey James was pure pound cake. Hell yeah.
Dude, Mickey James, that whole storyline where she was like in love with Trish, that was actually a really good storyline.
Oh, I don't remember. I was probably too young.
Yeah, that was when I was a kid. Like Edge versus John Cena. I mean, that was the match at the first WrestleMania 22 that I saw. Mickey James was like a stalker lesbian obsessed with Trish.
Dude, only Vince McMahon could come up with that shit, bro.
She would like KO Trish and then make out with her when she was knocked out in the ring and shit. And
No
then,
way.
Yeah.
I gotta watch
Oh
this
yeah.
shit.
There's matches where like there's segments where Mickey James would be like hiding in her locker room.
Dude,
And then
WWE
they
was so
finally had
cool.
the match at WrestleMania 22.
Mm.
And Mickey James, Vince McMahon has the weirdest set of morals. So Mickey James did this spot where she grabbed Trish like Donald Trump style,
Yeah.
and then she licked her hand like a V.
Oh.
And Vince freaked out about it, and now it's cut out of all the WWE releases
What?
for WrestleMania 22. And it's like, bro, Vince, like out of all, like it's like Vince will pitch a storyline where he gets Stephanie pregnant,
Yeah, his own daughter.
but then when Mickey James grabs another chick by the pussy and licks her hand,
Well,
on
and
TV,
in a fucking lesbian storyline where she's making out with her
Yeah.
anyways, but that's crossing the line. What a strange dude, bro.
yeah, he just had her knock out Trish on TV and make out with her while she's unconscious. But then, oh my god, for her to lick her hand, that's just too much. Yeah, Vince just has the weirdest like standard for like some things he's not offended by at all, and then some things he's. I think it just depends on his mood for the day. It probably, honestly, just imagine like depends on if he likes her or not.
Dude, my favorite I feel like Vince always like tries to act like he doesn't remember shit too. Have you seen the in the McMahon documentary, he says like, I think the storyline was I got Stephanie pregnant. Like he tries to act like
Yeah.
he doesn't remember that he came up with it.
He tries to play it off like he wasn't too aware, or like yeah, doesn't remember. It's like, bro, you come on, you remember,
Yeah, how could he forget that shit, bro?
dude. That would have been a great storyline.
Oh, in fact, I would have loved that shit.
I always liked Triple H marrying Stephanie when she's drugged and knocked out in the drive-thru in Vegas.
Oh, facts. That's a good one. What's up, Penny Mocha?
I think WWE cut the footage of Vince making. I could see them cutting that too.
Yeah, especially today.
I do like Vince has defended that. This was like back in the early 2000s when they were still hardcore, but an interviewer tried to ask him, "Oh, isn't that offensive? You made Trish bark like a dog." And then Vince said, "Okay, but did you look at the whole story? Like Trish got her revenge and she came back and she beat me up and my wife Linda got her revenge, but
Yeah,
people
she got
don't
her
look
lick
at the
back.
story."
Yeah, well, it's because they hate Vince. They always have.
Yeah. And it's like, bro, Trish was down with it. Like, obviously, Trish had to go along with it. And she has, like, to this day, she's never come out. Trish is like, I'm surprised that Trish has never come out, for how much people try to say Vince was like a terrible person. And, everybody looks back at Ashley Massaro and people are now like finding segments of how like Vince treating her like shit. And they're like, oh, this is terrible. But Trish has always been like, yeah, no, we had a great time.
Yeah, it's because, dude, she's kind of like Cena, but for the chicks, she's a true company woman. Dude, I just had a thought. I wish Vince was like 10 to 20 years younger and he'd run for president. I would fucking vote for Vince, bro.
I'd vote for Vince for president at this age.
Dude, no, he's too old. I guess all
Yeah.
the other guys are too, though. Fuck it. I'd pick Vince over Trump.
Oh, yeah. Vince would be awesome.
Nah, Vince is the man, bro. I mean, he seems pretty sharp, even though he's so old.
It is crazy to be like, if you're like in charge of the company and like Trish Stratus shows up to work and she's like, what am I doing today? And he's like, oh, we're going to make out. Like, okay. You're like, Candace Michelle, what am I doing today? Oh, me and you, we're going to make out.
Dude, Vince
I'm your
is the
boss.
man.
I'm like 20 years older than you, but we're going to make out on camera.
No facts. It's like Adam Sandler in all his movies picks himself a hot ass wife. Dude, if you could
Yeah.
pick, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, no, it is awesome. If I was Vince, I'd do the same thing. I'd
Nah.
be like, I'm gonna use my position to make out with hot chicks that are 40 years younger than my wife.
No facts. Dude, no facts. I mean, when you compare him to everyone else, I'd vote for Vince right now too. Shit. I was just saying ideally.
Vince, but not let any other country push him around.
Oh, facts, dude. Can you imagine Vince's promos in the debates?
Oh, dude, Vince would be the best debater.
His fucking raspy ass voice.
Yeah, I guess nowadays that might be a problem just because
Yeah.
you can't understand shit that he says.
Dude, can you imagine a non-wrestling fan trying to watch a Vince promo and be like, who the fuck is this guy? This guy's crazy.
I always like the interviews where he gets into it with the interviewer, like the one where he knocks the guy's papers out of his hand.
Yeah. Dude, I'm shocked he actually never ran for president. That seems like something he'd want to do.
I'm at least surprised he never ran for some kind of like political, like at least like governor or like mayor of a city or something.
Facts, yeah.
Because he obviously always wanted to do more than just wrestling. He wanted to do football, and then he wanted to do.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that shit.
The World Bodybuilding Federation is one of my favorite things.
Mm.
President is 80. I don't think Vince running for president is something completely out of this. Yeah, no, it could happen.
That's his comeback. He runs for president.
I think he'll be back in the company eventually.
Nah. You think so?
People already think that. People already say that he'll be back in WWE eventually.
Dude, I fucking wish. I hope that's the case.
I mean, at the very least, he's gonna get. I think he actually is. He already in the Hall of Fame or no?
No, he's not.
At the very least, he's gonna get a Hall. You know what I mean? Like he'll be back in some, like, even if it's just on like an episode of Raw to get into the Hall of Fame or something.
Dude, I don't know. I think they're gonna try and erase him.
I mean, they can't. I guess that they will.
I
try
agree
though.
with you, but they will try because they want the image of WWE now is so clean. It's very strange. I think they're gonna try and erase him. It's sad as it is to say.
It's fucking terrible. It's all these fucking faggot pussy kids that are like, oh, Vince is a bad person.
Yeah, Vince
Dude,
is
there's
bad guy.
you know what? There are some Twitter accounts. That's something that I saved that I need to try to find.
Huh.
There are some Twitter accounts that are talking about the ongoing Vince McMahon Janelle Grant case.
Mm.
And hold on, let me find this fucking Twitter account because they tweeted. It was literally just like something they tweeted. There was no picture or article or anything, but it was fucking hilarious about the case. God, of course I can't fucking find it. Somebody tweeted, Janelle Grant is a whore, justice for Vince McMahon, like shit like that. And then they were tweeting like, Janelle Grant was fucking for money, and then Vince turned off the hose, and she turned, which I honestly am.
Yeah, is that not the case? Let's just be real here.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that's probably more or less what happened. She got with Vince. To me, it always seemed weird because everyone always talks about, oh, she was so like poor and broke and in desperate need when she met Vince. Brother, they met in Vince's penthouse because she lived there.
Yeah, her grandparents lived there, right?
Yeah, and she was, like, taking care of her grandparents, and I think they had died, and she was also living there. I don't know, so I don't believe she was that broke if she's living in the same building as Vince McMahon.
Well, even if she was, she was fucking him for money. So like she was clearly down for it at the start, and maybe she just wasn't able to, get out of it, which sucks. But at the end of the day, she shouldn't have been fucking with him for money. That's wrong.
Well, it seems like Vince has a weird habit of getting into relationships like that with girls where they fuck when he pays them, and then just for
Yeah.
some reason, one day he just says, "Okay, no more money." Like, he doesn't seem to understand, like, bro, they're gonna come back because this has happened before. Like, he's gotten with girls.
Yeah.
He pays them to not talk about it, and then he just goes, "Okay, no more." And it's like, Vince, they're gonna sue you. Like, they're gonna come after you. Can't just turn off the hose one day. Like, you have to kind of, get them off of it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it. If if Vince was the one that sold the company to Saudi, I'd have to kill myself.
No, don't say that because it totally could happen.
I would just never be the same. If Triple H sells it, if Endeavor sells it to Saudi, okay, I can believe that. Fuck them. Fuck
Yeah,
Triple
Vince
H.
is like your American hero, bro. If he did
Yeah,
that
if
shit, your world
Vince-
is just done.
If Vince sells us out to Saudi Arabia, professional wrestling's already not the same.
Yeah.
He has the last of the Carney promoters, and that's why wrestling was always cool because it kind of existed in its own world. Grant was clearly a nympho, yeah, she probably was always fucking with rich dudes, but yeah, that's why pro wrestling, WWE always kind of exists. Like, it is corporate, but at the same time, it was like I always thought it was funny how, like, it is corporate. They were like a publicly traded company, but they kind of have their own positions. Like, a producer in WWE is a guy who plans matches with wrestlers, whereas a producer in like mainstream is, the guy that gives money to make movies and shit.
Yeah, well, and now they try and present it like it's a real sport. Like I fucking hate when WWE's on ESPN. I'm like, who does this benefit? Everyone knows it's fake. Why are we trying to treat it like it's real? It should be what it truly is, like a Carney shit. It's for fun.
SmackDown, I guess, is going to sci-fi again,
Oh, nice.
which is funny how WWE always work with sci-fi, which is a weird mix to put wrestling on sci-fi.
Yeah, I've always wondered why that is the case. Maybe the owner is likes wrestling. Because
Yes.
that's the whole story of how WCW got kicked off of like Turner, right? The guy didn't like wrestling, but I bet if the big wigs, the executives like wrestling, they can make it happen.
Yeah, a lot of WCW was when Turner merged with AOL. A lot of corporate guys got involved, and they just weren't a fan of wrestling. And then the WCW story is actually super weird. And then like Eric Bischoff went to buy it, but then they sold out the TV from under him or something. And,
Yeah, and then he was like, "Well, there's no point if there's no TV deal," which is true.
yeah, he would have just had a roster with contracts and no TV deal.
Oh, and just live events like house shows and shit. Like, there's no point with no TV.
Yeah. Well, shit, fucking A. Who else is left? Hit the fucking like button. I think we're gonna hang it up in a minute.
Hell yeah.
It is like 8:05. I should be back on tomorrow.
Who's on tomorrow, Annie?
Tomorrow, it's either gonna be just me and Annie or me and Annie and Casper. I gotta hit him up and see.
Ah, shit. I want Casper to troll Annie hella hard.
And then Thursday,
Excuse me.
if it's just me and Annie tomorrow, it might be me and Casper Thursday, or it might be me, Annie, and I don't know. The next 2 days will be some variant of me, Annie, and or Casper.
Hell yeah.
And then Friday, Dixon Cider. I think it should be Dixon Cider again on Friday.
Let's go. Hell yeah.
And then Hannah might be back on next Monday, which would be funny.
Let's go.
I forgot I was gonna ask her about she's like super into Iran.
Oh, isn't she's Middle Eastern, right?
She's Persian.
Yeah, so
But, like I think it was either her grandma or her mom, like straight up came here from Iran or something. And her mom is dead. I know her mom died.
I'd actually be
Yeah.
curious to hear her opinion on that then.
Yeah. That's like the only thing she does not talk about politics online, which I like. She
I
doesn't post
respect
about
that,
politics,
yeah.
but she does post about the Iran thing sometimes. And I'm
Well,
like,
makes
oh,
sense because she's, that's her
yeah,
thing.
it's not like a white kid posting about Ukraine that has no idea where it's at.
That's what I've always stood on. Like, I don't mind when it's people that are that ethnicity talking about it. Like, of course they talk about it. Like, that's their people at the end of the day. Of course, why not?
Yeah, same here. When it's like a white kid cucking himself out to some other foreign country that he has no idea where to find it on a map, I think it's lame. But when it's, yeah, if it's like your family, you know, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree. Well, right on. The stream's gonna be good for a week, dude. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, fucking streaming every night this week. But
Big things on the way. Oh yeah.
all right, well, shut up and hit the outro. We'll get out of here.
So peace out, guys. Thank you.
Later.
And we're all here today to groove and have a beautiful time together, and that it's only the beginning.